BuzzPOP hari ini kita bakal membedah Star Wars Visions Season 1. Para panelis kita hari ini terdiri daripada saya, Nadzru Iskandar daripada BuzzPopTV, serta kaki anime kita Shazli Merican. What's up bro?
Title tak tukar lagi lah, lupa.
Oh, tak apa. Kau boleh tukar lepas ni. Lepas introduction.
Okay.
Dan seterusnya Anri Alwi, kaki manga kita. What's up, Anri?
What's up, bros?
Ayo.
Hello.
Yeah.
Serta kaki Star Wars kita, Wan Muhammad. What's up, bro?
My vision are clouded by the judgment of others. I'm good. I'm trying to penetrate the vision now.
Penetrate
Penetrate kau jangan penetrate.
Dengan lightsaber
Kita dah kena keluar logo ni dah. Terima kasih, penetrate.
Aku kena guna force untuk penetrate.
Okay. Alright guys, so kita bakal memulakan pembedahan kita malam ini dengan reaksi satu ayat. Alright, so aku akan mulakan dengan reaksi aku dulu. Aku macam, apa hal Disney Plus release everything on the same day? What the fuck weh? Aku enjoy menonton siri ini and wish every episode was longer than 10 ke 15 minit. I wish we got more. Aku tak puas hati. So, apakah reaksi satu ayat anda? Silakan Wan Muhammad.
The force is strong in this one. I can feel it. Use it. Good. Tu satu ayat aku.
Tapi ni idea Kathleen Kennedy tau.
Jangan kau ringkit. Tidak, bukan. Dia mesti curi. Tak mungkin idea dia mesti curi bro. Dia macam Captain Carter. Dia punya idea tapi dia bagi orang dapat kredit. Dia mesti dia Filoni punya idea. Tapi dia kata, Captain Carter, aku nak boleh. Tapi aku tak kacau aku punya Mandalorian. Oh boleh lah. Kredit ambil lah. Bagi pendapat aku lah. Bagus.
So pada pendapat kau, adakah Kathleen Kennedy insaf dan cuba
tak.
mencari cara baru nak buat Star Wars?
Tak. Aku tak setuju dengan pendapat tu. Dia tak insaf lagi sebenarnya. Dengan cara nak betul-betul kalau dia insaf kan, dia kena keluar kat Lucasfilm. Tu je cara dia nak taubat. Keluar sepenuhnya. Dia cakap sorry pun dia keluar je. Itu saja solution je bro.
Okay. Shaz, macam mana kau enjoy tak menonton Star Wars Visions dan apakah reaksi satu ayat anda? Silakan.
This is an anime with Star Wars punya skin. It's not Star Wars punya series. That is my opinion lah. Dia punya dia macam it is anime first based in a Star Wars universe. It's not a Star Wars stories. We'll discuss that further on nanti.
Okay. Dan Anri sebagai kaki manga serta anime, apakah pendapat kau? Silakan.
Okay, I'm a anime fan and also a Star Wars fan, and I can say for certain that this is much better than the sequels trilogy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Somehow Palpatine has returned. It's nothing compared to any of these 9 stories, man. Nothing.
Aduh, sakitnya.
Okay. So terima kasih kepada semua reaksi anda.
Yeah, and I just want to add, thanks to Star Wars Vision, we're going to have the story of Dick Star Killer, thanks to George Lucas. Dia macam, there's still hope to make money from this franchise.
Of course.
They're saying that they're going to go back to the original concept drawings oleh Rev McQuarrie and then make a whole animated series out of that. So terima kasih kepada kejayaan Star Wars Visions. We're going to get more divergent Star Wars animation. Kita ada beberapa komen menarik. Pertama daripada Kudo yang mengatakan reaksi satu ayat, sirih pulang ke gagang. From Akira Kurosawa to George Lucas to Disney and then back to Japan. A fulfilling and fascinating experience for this old /Star Wars fan. Congrats. I'm quite happy that you enjoyed it, Kudo. Seterusnya Arifuddin mengatakan, korang tengok dub Jepun ke dub English? Tengok reactor dub English awkward pula. Oh come on bro, takkanlah nak tengok dub English kan? Mestilah dengan subtitle English kita tengok versi Jepun. Come on guys. Tapi untuk Squid Game aku malas nak berfikir, so aku tengok Squid Game dalam bahasa Inggeris. But
What?
Rugi doh kau tak dengar that girl punya voice in Japanese. Aku kecewa doh, kau peminat caca-caca kau tak tengok dalam Korean. Wow.
aku
Wait.
memang
Kau
memang
kenapa
malas.
tu?
Okay, kalau aku tengok siri Netflix, contohnya macam La Casa de Papel, lepas tu tiba-tiba dia ada versi badly dubbed American English, I would watch the badly dubbed American English. Why? Because it's been a long day of menulis artikel, cari post, repost post, editing video. So the last thing I want to do is to use my brain. So if I don't need to use my brain, I would happily watch a badly dubbed American version. American English. Tapi pasal Star Wars Visions ni is by studio Jepun. So memang sampah kalau aku tengok versi dub American English kan. So aku menonton versi dub Jepun.
Nasib baik ni, nasib baik. nak disown lah, nak disown lah, nak leave lah.
Bambu lah. Aku dah kena bambu dengan budak ni. Okay, seterusnya Capital Burst mengatakan, ingatkan setiap episod ada kaitan dengan finale macam What If? Rupanya tidak. Yes, Capital Burst. That's why it's called an anthology, bro. Macam What If tu ialah half anthology, lepas tu half building towards MCU Phase 4. By the way, tolong jangan bagi spoilers. Aku rasa kebanyakan panelis, aku dengan Wan tak tengok lagi What If finale, so janganlah cakap tiba-tiba, oh Ultron Vision, dia kahwin
Ada.
dia
Jangan
kahwin
nak
dengan Wanda.
cakap.
Aku tak nak tahu. Please, jangan. Okay.
Episod nak ada
Dia speculate terus.
Episod nak ada Luke Skywalker, dia jumpa Darth Vader. What if?
Apa yang
Star Wars.
lalu ni sial?
What If Star Wars.
Okay, komen terakhir untuk segmen ini. Amin Nazmi bertanya, Star Wars Visions ni berkaitan dengan Star Wars yang dekat filem tu ke? Sorry, aku tak layan. So kita bagi kepada kaki Star Wars kita untuk explain apa itu Star Wars
Wait.
Visions.
Kau tak layan Star Wars film?
Dia budak sekolah, bro. Dia masih sekolah, okay?
Actually tak ada kaitan based on apa yang diorang cakap. It's just an anthology series yang tak canon. But I hope that certain story bagi canon lah. Jadi dia agak menarik lah sebab Star Wars dunia dia besar. So if they make one of the story canon pun tak ada masalah jugalah bagi aku. Bila aku tengok balik semua story tu agak menarik. Cuma masalahnya tu je lah. Diorang nak bagi make sense of it bila timeline dia. Sebab dia timeline tu tak silap aku lepas separatist kalah. Lepas tu ada selepas perang Empire atau post Empire. So kalau ikutkan memang tak ada kena dengan filem based on apa official diorang cakap. But I really hope that dia ada kena dengan filem juga. Not filem, I mean the canon Star Wars punya story.
Aku nak tambah.
Silakan.
Jarang aku ada chance nak pangkar Wan ni.
Okay.
Dalam Star Wars tu.
Silakan.
Yang pakar tu Star Wars. Teruskan.
Tak, aku tak pakar 100%. Memang benda ni not canon. That one is true lah. Cuma dia punya masalahnya, as we watch throughout all each individual episode, there is too many inconsistency dengan existing Star Wars punya lore.
Betul.
Itu yang penting. Macam episod berapa ke? 6 ke? Dia punya lightsaber boleh tukar-tukar color. Macam like, apa dia? When you become, daripada Jedi tukar kepada Sith, the same lightsaber tukar color. Apa benda ni? Tu dah satu.
Aku nak tengok
there's
lightsaber payung tu in live action. Lightsaber payung dari episod
Tak.
pertama.
Dengar dulu.
Okay.
And then there in 2 separate episodes, satu menceritakan Jedi dah extinct, another one menceritakan Sith dah extinct. And then there's others like, dia macam
anthology ni lebih macam What If lah. Dia lebih macam what,
dia what would be the scenario if it was given to Japanese punya animator. So they were given a lot of freedom. So it felt like a lot of Japanese stories with Star Wars punya ni lah skin, which is exactly my reaksi satu ayat tadi.
Anri, ada apa-apa nak tambah? Silakan.
Yeah, it's non-canon, but it has a lot of references to the movies. There were references to Order 66, the Separatist Wars, the droids, and the part where the Sith went extinct, the Jedi went extinct. That has been an ongoing theme for Star Wars for a very long time. If you played the games, KOTOR, even the KOTOR MMORPG, if you read at the expanded universe punya yang kena defunct from Disney, there have been periods of time on centuries where the Jedi have been extinct from the records because the Sith have won. There has been more than one Sith empire. Darth Revan was the most popular Sith Empire punya character. But the saber yang tukar length dengan color tu, it could be something from the future, which is why it is non-canon.
And that's why it is post episode 9 menurut
the ninth. Yeah. So I can actually give them some leeway for them to get creative from all this. So to say that it's too far-fetched, it's not actually correct, because that story is the ninth Jedi. It takes place in the Outer Rim world, High Island.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They mine the what you call it, the Kyber crystals.
Kyber crystals,
from space. Kyber crystals actually form from a force concentrated in the planet. This is where you go for the quest in the Kotor games. You go into a planet dalam some cave there. There's some sort of force, dark or light. They test you. It's on the ground. This one is from the orbit, some sort of apa dia punya ring planet punya sumber. So maybe it works on different technology or different crystals. So I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt for them to actually use this technology into their stories. So you have to understand the reason why this is non-canon, right? Is a lot of these Japanese companies, they do not want to follow certain things from the canon law. Like, for example, the sequel trilogy. How do you follow up with that mess? Seriously.
Betul.
How do you follow that mess?
Setuju sangat.
Setuju.
Senang je bro, you add in the line, somehow Palpatine has returned.
Oh yay.
Or Rey
That's
has
how-
fought
that's
herself,
how.
something like that. I don't have that.
Oh my
I
god.
think that should be the new, I have a bad feeling about this. Every time something fuck up, kau macam, somehow Palpatine has returned.
Again.
Semua orang tahu saya Palpatine Yang budak-budak bawah-bawah tahu nama dia. Sama Palpatine return.
Bagai gila tu, serius bagai gila. Ataupun Chewie deserves a medal. That should be the new, I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh god, why ni? Oh shit.
The trilogy was so bad that I didn't even watch episode 9.
Oh tak apa, you're not
Stop.
missing anything bro. You seriously, you are not missing anything.
Kan, based on the worldwide fire,
Yeah,
the burn really like, mojo aku tak rugi RM10. Hui.
betul lah. Okay, so by the way, Ami menambah ya. Nak tengok Star Wars Visions tapi agak sibuk sebab hal sekolah lagi. Dia pergi sekolah Wan, kau kena ingat tu kan. What if finale pun belum layan lagi. Jadi no spoilers please. Esok struggle pun belum tengok lagi episod baru. Malam ni
Untuk-
aku cuba layan.
Untuk
Tak apa, Amin,
penonton,
yang pentingnya sekolah homework. Habiskan homework dulu. Jangan tengok TV. Macam uncle-uncle ni, kita orang dah tak sekolah so kita nak tengok TV pun boleh.
kalau tidak nanti ada harta benda yang terbakar masa tahun SPM.
Betul.
Oi, jangan kau cakap PS tu.
Tapi basic, kalau siapa yang belum tengok Star Wars in general saya recommend tanya parents. Kalau dia orang have ever watched Star Wars dulu, tontonlah bersama because it's a good journey to go through. You can stop at 6 lah, 1 sampai 6. Lebih tu tak payah tengok pun tak apa.
Betul.
Kalau dia orang enjoy even one episode, one movie from 1 to 6, tengoklah dengan something. It's a very good thing to watch and bond together over Star Wars ni.
Betul. Okay, so komen terakhir lah daripada Ahmad Nasoha. Ahmad Nasoha mengatakan, aku tak faham sangat Star Wars Visions ni. Baru sampai episod 3 tapi tak sambung tiap episod lain. Dia lebih kurang dia adalah siri animasi oleh studio-studio Jepun dan dia bagaikan what if yang tiada kaitan langsung dengan garis masa The Skywalker Saga mahupun apa-apa filem Star Wars sebelum ini. Dia ambil banyak inspirasi saja. The irony is George Lucas pada tahun 1970-an mengambil inspirasi daripada pengarah Akira Kurosawa, The King of Fortress, The Seven Samurai. So ni kira macam a full circle lah. Bila Lucas inspired by Akira Kurosawa and his films, sekarang Lucasfilm bagi pada studio Jepun pula to be inspired by Star Wars to create anime. So
Aku ada apa ni? Explanation ataupun kiasan or whatever you want to call it. Ingat tak masa sekolah dulu kita tulis aku ialah sebuah pensil. Aku adalah satu kasut. Aku adalah
Pensel.
satu basikal. So semua tulis benda yang sama tapi cerita dia berbeza. Lah semua akan cerita pasal basikal atau pensel atau kasut, tapi semua cerita dalam kelas tu tak berkaitan tapi ada konsep ataupun teori yang lebih kurang sama. Dia refer kepada benda yang sama.
Yeah. Sebagai penutup untuk segmen ini, Amir juga menambah dia masih PDPR, itu belajar melalui online di rumah, tapi kerja sekolah PDPR agak banyak berbanding pergi sekolah. Yes, macam itulah. Work from home pun macam tu, Amir. Bila kau work from home, kau macam work from home every hour of the day. Kau tak
meeting tak habis-habis kau tahu. Ya Allah.
Tak habis, WhatsApp tak habis. So it's the same.
Ha.
Okay lah guys. So dengan itu kita bakal membincangkan malam ni format dia adalah Star Wars Visions, Hambar atau Hebat. So kita akan bincangkan 3 sebab mengapa Star Wars Visions hebat. Sebelum kita bincangkan 2 sebab mengapa Star Wars Vision hambar, kemudian kita akan bagi rating kami bagi siri ini dan juga harapan kami sekiranya ada season 2. So kita akan mulakan perbincangan malam ini dengan top 3 sebab mengapa Star Wars Visions hebat.
Jika anda meminati siri TV animasi Marvel's What If, T-shirt khas terbaru kami ini mungkin sesuai untuk anda. Memaparkan Star-Lord T'Challa dan Zombie Hunter Spiderman, kedua-dua T-shirt ini direka oleh AFmech Design khas untuk peminat-peminat tegar MCU dan boleh dibeli melalui pautan Shopee di bawah. Barangan-barangan seperti rekan AFmech Design ini semuanya datang dari komuniti fandom. Tanpa komuniti ini, sesebuah siri, filem atau buku tidak akan berjaya. Jadi sokonglah mereka-mereka ini sambil meluahkan minat anda, kerana setiap pembelian akan membantu ekonomi serta komuniti fandom tempatan. Dan jangan lupa like dan follow AFmech Design serta kami BuzzPopTV di Facebook, Instagram dan YouTube. Majulah fandom untuk negara.
Alright, jadi babak menarik kita yang pertama adalah tentang format dan studios, iaitu tenaga kreatif di sebalik tabir produksi ini, di mana 7 studio animasi Jepun terlibat di dalam siri animasi antologi ini, iaitu Kamikaze Doga, Studio Colorido, Geno Studio, Trigger, Kinema Citrus, Production IG dan juga Sains Saru. So soalan pertama aku ialah untuk panelis kita Wan Muhammad, Kaki Star Wars. Apakah pendapat anda tentang format antologi yang digunakan oleh Lucasfilm bagi siri animasi Star Wars Visions ini, serta pilihan mereka untuk mengeksplorasikan dunia Star Wars dalam bentuk anime outside of the Skywalker saga? Adakah kau macam, mana Luke? Ataupun, mana Kylo Ren? Silakan, apa pendapat
Kenapa
kau?
Kylo Ren? Kau ni teruk. Bagi pendapat aku suka idea ni sebab when you do anthology, first of all, kau bebas nak buat apa saja cerita tau. And we know that Star Wars is a very large universe. Kadang-kadang cerita pasal bukan saja bounty hunter, orang-orang yang duduk biasa-biasa dekat kampung pun ada cerita diorang sendiri. So apabila disalunkan balik, macam apa yang si Budo cakap, sirih pulang ke ganggang ke Amir cakap tadi kan, yang bahawasanya inspirasi ni adalah daripada Akira Kurosawa yang George Lucas buat. So kita nampak tau, apa akan jadi apabila Star Wars punya IP ni dapat balik kepada satu negara yang di mana George Lucas pernah pandang sebagai inspirasi diorang. Even Darth Vader punya helmet pun pakai helmet samurai. And then all the gag yang C-3PO dengan R2-D2 tu macam yang ada orang dalam the fortress of the
Hidden Fortress. The
Hidden Fortress
oleh Kurosawa, ya.
So even like Saber ada perkataan Jedi pun daripada perkataan dia pun Jedi, iaitu maksudnya era. Lepas tu George Lucas ambil, dia jadikan juga sebagai salah satu terma untuk Jedi.
Jedi.
Nice. Yes. So bagi pendapat aku suka. Sebab bila kau buat format antologi, first sekali bebas. And then second, setiap studio ada keunikan dia sendiri tau. Aku faham kenapa kadang-kadang orang kata kenapa tak panjang 15 minit. Kenapa tak ni? Kenapa tak buat satu cerita yang yang macam ada sambungan. Bagi aku, bila Star Wars ni dunia dah besar sangat, and then lepas tu, it is the first time kau nak bagi creative control kepada studio Jepun tau. Which is Star Wars tu tak pernah buat benda-benda macam ni secara official. So they want to test market first. Tengok macam mana. Tengok apa yang studio-studio tu boleh buat. Apakah dia punya perspektif, apa yang dia boleh bagi, kan? Apa macam ni dia pandang Star Wars ni macam mana. So I think maybe after this, dengan kejayaan Star Wars Vision ni, diorang tahu kalau kita nak approach satu cerita yang bertemakan macam ni ataupun stroke lukisan macam ni, we go for this studio. If you want this kind of stuff ataupun kita nak buat cerita macam one shot ni, we go for this studio. Sebab aku tengok banyak-banyak cerita yang diorang buat, ada certain cerita yang memang untuk one shot saja dari segi pencapaian, ada satu cerita yang aku rasa boleh sambung lagi kalau nak. Dan aku setuju. Ada orang kata kenapa animation ni nampak teruk sangat? Bagi ada orang cakap lah nampak macam tak kena, tak realistik. Bagi aku itu dia punya style. Dia buat macam ni, maksudnya dia bagi kreativiti pada studio tu menggunakan dia punya trademark style diorang untuk ekspresikan ke dalam Star Wars. And bila kau buat antologi, otak kau tupu pada satu episod je tau. Maksudnya kita fokus lagi kepada cara studio tu punya pemikiran. Daripada kau buat satu studio saja buat satu cerita, dia jadi macam apa kita panggil what we call that, benda lagi satu continuation tau, yang kau tak tahu nak cerita apa lagi pasal Star Wars. Mandalorian tengah jalan, Boba Fett tengah jalan. Kalau kau masuk lagi satu cerita lain, dia akan overshadow tau.
Sangat ongoing plot.
So it's better diorang buat macam ni dulu, buat antologi, bagi minda semua fan-fan ataupun orang biasa tersedia dahulu, dan kemudian baru diorang fikir how to do with it. So aku setuju format antologi ni. Dan aku nak puji sikit lah pada siapa yang memberi idea ini. Siapa yang memberi idea ini, di belakang tabir aku tahu kerana buat Star Wars Vision ni. Aku temukan idea dia hanya copycat je, bukan idea Babat tu.
Dalam meeting kan mesti kena itu idea bagus, itu idea saya. Masa Babat tu present kan, pada pendapat saya kita patut buat animasi anime untuk Star Wars. Itu idea saya. Kena dia cakap.
And then one more thing lah, bila kau dah buat Star Wars Vision, bila nak keluar black series diorang, keluarlah. Aku nak banyak lah heboh.
Betul tu.
Gonna be epic, man.
Betul tu. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Anri atau Shaz, any thoughts about the format of anthology series? Okay, silakan Shaz, silakan.
Okay, firstly because satu, kita tak nak tengok lagi lah Palpatine come back from the dead for the 1000th time. So this is a good idea. Dari segi idea untuk dapatkan fresh storylines, they did the Netflix punya approach. Nah, korang semua try. So when everybody tries, they get a fresh pool of new storylines. Macam the Wandering Traveller, Mamat yang kita ingat hero tiba-tiba jadi Sith in the end.
Oh my god, Ronin tu terbaik tu. Dia macam
Ronin was the best.
Lone Wolf and Cub. Dia macam Lone Wolf and Cub, you know.
Yes. Macam like, kau ingat dia hero, so aku Sith like, So itu
dia ada koleksi banyak Kyber Crystal Sith tu. Maksudnya he's
itulah
a Sith killer. But he's also a Sith. Macam by blood.
Because the Sith is looking for ultimate power pun. So that one is a two. This is the more important point lah in my opinion lah. When you have a lot of different studios working together on same thematic punya project, you get to pull in a lot more fans and penonton kat Jepun. Bukan semua orang suka One Piece punya style. Not everybody likes My Hero Academia. Ada orang tak suka Goku masa besar-besar gila. So when you have a lot of different studios at once, you have the chance to bring in new fans to like, apa benda lightsaber ni? What is the story about? And what is consistent throughout all of it is that the lightsaber can cut through everything. The sound of the blasters are the same. So when you move to the mainstream Star Wars punya productions, lightsaber sound dia sebiji sama. So it becomes macam kalau fishing kan, dia letak bait, dia cast as many fishing rods dengan net semua ni, siapa dapat. Then you can pull you into the market. And bila dia tengok analytics kan, data semua tu, mana yang popular, they might push that story or the studio lah.
Yes, I want the Ronin to come back. Please come back, Ronin. Anri, any thoughts about the format being
I think I understand why they did this way. I agree with one. They purposely get a lot of studios get involved so that a lot of styles can be showcased at one platform. And I think this is part of Disney Lucasfilm punya effort, right? To actually try to see which content that could focus on coming along when it comes to Star Wars punya franchise. If they want to do more new stuff with Star Wars animation, they can contact certain studios yang hit, yang miss tu, they probably just put it on the shelf. You have to understand, the Clone Wars mula it was done by Jendy Tartovsky, the guy who did Access Laboratory, and then we get the that one I think is better than the latest one yang Lucasfilm punya 3D punya.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Jandy for life. Filoni. Bye-bye Filoni. Jandy for life.
Yeah. The only reason why the 3D version is doing well than Jandy punya Tartovsky punya work is because they have more episodes. That's
by the way, Jandy's run is now non-canon. So
yeah. But it had better story, better presentation. If you
lightsaber fight in the rain, bro. In the rain. Oh,
yeah, and it's much more brutal. You see Grievous bunuh like 6 Jedi in one episode. Secara brutal.
Yeah, man.
Kau lupa ni in the anthology ni pun ada, they are fighting in the rain. And the steam does come out.
Aku baru episode 5. Sorry guys.
What?
Aku tak sampai lagi. Aku tak sempat tengok habis. Yeah, I'm doing a Nazi. So please sila spoilkan saya.
Saya akan spoilkan awak habis-habis.
Okay, so kita ada apa-apa lagi sebelum aku baca komen?
I think that's about it lah.
So, komen pertama adalah daripada Yewan. Ada apa-apa?
You dah ask Anri dengan Shaz kan about their question?
Tak lagi. Ni baru soalan kau. Ini
okay.
Okay. Setiap panelis ada soalan dia. Kemudian
baca komen.
Oh no. Tak apalah. Kita akan tanya soalan-soalan kepada panelis lain dulu. Betul. So, okay, soalan kedua ialah soalan bagi Anri. Di antara ke-7 studio yang terlibat dalam menjayakan projek Star Wars Visions ini, studio manakah yang menepati expectations anda based on their past successes? Did they mostly succeeded or fail? Apakah pendapat kau?
Half of it, less than half of it hit. The other half is a miss, but they did raise some good points lah. I think the best episode comes from the Ninth Jedi. I think IG production did the best Star Wars episode. People talk a lot about the Ronin as the best episode because Kamikaze Duga did it, but that one is more like a alternate Star Wars story. But Ninth Jedi is more like it feels like a more Star Wars story than the Ronin, because the sound, the music, even the spin, the whole story, it feels a lot like a Star Wars story than the Ronin. Ronin is like an alternate story to Star Wars. You see the Ronin comes in and
I feel like that was pure Kurosawa lah. It felt like Hidden Fortress vibes. Dia macam if Kurosawa did Star Wars, this is Kurosawa Star Wars.
Yeah, and some things of the Ronin memang nak pukul kepala sendiri. Dia punya droid tu pakai apa? Yang apa topi pika something like that. I'm like, the fuck? What are you doing?
Man.
Come on.
It's a R2 droid wearing a straw hat. Come on, man.
Kalau pakai topi samurai okay lagi tau. Ini straw hat. Dia nak buat apa? Bajak sawah padi ke? Something like that.
Bro, dia nak make sure dia boleh infiltrate human society supaya dia nampak macam budak gemuk yang pendek.
Kenapa? Aduh.
Apa saja infiltration, bro? Infiltration, okay?
Yeah, but one thing I have to give Ronin story credit is that the portrayal of Sith was pretty much accurate. The Sith, we all see them as evil, but that's not necessarily the true case. I remember reading the old novel, the Jason Solo punya story. Dia dengan twin sister dia Jaina, they found a Sith holocron and they saw a story about this Sith Lord yang bunuh all the Jedi and then bunuh all the Sith and led to 200 years of peace to the galaxy. Yeah. So the Sith, they worship power of the Force. They don't worship evil action. So this makes sense to the Ronin punya character. He is a powerful character, but he fights strong people, and he goes about it in a way that doesn't make him look like a what you call that, a Jedi. He doesn't help people because for the sake of generosity or justice. He fights because he sees cruelty and something wrong with the Sith way. They are preying on the weak. Sith punya philosophy, whether you kepercayaan Exakun or Freed or not, Naga Sada or whatever this of Jedi, previous Jedi, Sith Lord, you follow dia punya philosophy. Some of them they follow a path that I follow a path of strength. If I see someone who oppresses the weak, I will fight them. Not because I want to protect the weak, I just want to be stronger. That's about it. And we see him all safe. Dia punya kyber crystal. So I tip my hat because a lot of times, like the Kathleen Kennedy punya Star Wars story, we have the light side with Jedi, the dark side, the Sith.
It's very black and white.
It's black and white. Yeah, but there are grey Jedis, there are dark Jedis, the apostates, the Sith. Banyak lagi force sensitives, the races, force sensitives.
So it was cool to see the duel explore that, i.e. a masterless Ronin being a masterless Sith. It's like
this is a nod to the expanded universe. I appreciate that for the Ronin. So those two are my best episodes so far.
Nice.
In my opinion.
Okay, ada apa-apa lagi soalan sebelum aku menanya soalan Shaz pula? Korang ada apa-apa komen? Tak ada.
No, tak ada.
Okay, so soalan ketiga untuk segmen ini adalah untuk Shaz. Sekiranya Star Wars Visions Season 2 diumumkan, adakah anda mempunyai secret wishlist bagi studio animasi Jepun ataupun penulis mangaka Jepun yang patut terlibat dengan Season 2? Apakah wishlist anda? Silakan Shaz.
Sebelum tu aku just nak mention lah. Aku dah lama nak buat tapi first time aku nak buat. Aku ada Anri punya
Oh tak ada. I just like using contoh batik. Silakan.
Okay. Aku dah lama nak buat benda ni tapi first time aku buat is the Anri punya side tracker. Every time dia mengeluh aku akan track. So first time aku buat ni ada satu.
Oh, dia baru size sekali dia baru.
Satu je. Bagus
for
tu
now.
Alright, nice.
Tak, masa aku dapat ilham masa Why the Last Man tapi tak sempat buat. Sebab aku tak tengok dah bedah tu sangat. So now aku boleh buat.
Nice.
So okay. Ada 3. Firstly, One Piece punya animators because dia punya fan base is insanely huge.
Oh yeah.
Worldwide. And it'll be interesting to see whether they adopt the One Piece punya band of merry travelers or will they take a different story inside the Star Wars.
I can see that as a group of scoundrels fighting the scum and villainy of the universe.
Yeah.
So they are not Jedi nor Sith, but they are scoundrels. Yeah.
Dia akan jadi macam Han Solo lah.
Yeah.
Han Solo,
by
you know.
Shiro Oda and the animators.
Yeah. That one itu satu. Partly because of the art. The art style sebenarnya aku okay je lah. It's a okay art style. But the potential impact of bringing new fans into the Star Wars universe is undeniable. Kedua, aku nak tengok, this one is a throwback lah to 1970s punya Hokuto no Ken. Oh my god.
You're dead.
Kau bayangkan, you know, a muscle bound Sith Lord tapi dia guna knuckle duster dengan lightsaber ni kan.
Lepas tu nyong
Lah kau. You like,
yes.
I mean you already have katana style ni, so why not we go all the way kan. And it'll be interesting to see that sebab dalam the Force there are speed, power enhancing punya traits tak silap aku. At the very least speed lah. So you imagine a Sith punya type character using speed to enhance his muscles, you know. That will be a very interesting villain tau. As opposed to like asyik pedang. No, this guy could break the mold. Kau ingat pedang je boleh power ke? Aku tumbuk kau.
Dia tahan lightsaber dengan tangan je.
Tu lah. Itu lah.
Gila lah. Gila
dah. Itu gila bodoh lah. But That one is just guilty pleasure lah. Memang you do not expect it to be Star Wars. It's more like it's master people fighting. Let's go.
Yeah, man.
And
I will
the
play
third
for
one?
that shit.
The third one, this one is I would like to see the Gundam universe
Ooh.
portrayed.
What?
Tak, because you kena faham, the Gundam punya storyline is always human versus human.
Yes.
So this will be a real, dia akan jadi macam those bila dia orang lawan dekat Hoth dekat planet Ewok semua tu. So you will see humans fighting against humans using tech, using all these weapons without the presence of Jedi, without plot armor.
So you
How
mean
orang-orang biasa.
Imperial versus Rebels, nothing
Yes.
to do with Jedi and Sith. But by
Nothing
the
to do
Gundam
with
makers.
Yeah, because dia orang punya style of creating these stories, janji tak ada plot hero lah. The moment there's no plot hero, memang it's like mati-mati bersepak je lah. A good example recently is yang buat Gundam Thunderbolt punya series. Orang mati macam tu je tu. Budak-budak pilots umur macam budak sekolah menengah masuk dalam suit kokak kau tahu. Bayangkan you campak in something as fragile as a kancil, bukan Myvi yang kancil. Kau campak pergi serang bom mati macam tu je
I
lah.
think that's called an X-Wing. It has a defense of 1. Kena tembak sekali hancur, bro.
Bukan TIE Fighter ke bro?
X-Wing ada shield.
My bad. TIE Fighter.
Ha, ini kau imagine a TIE Fighter yang telah disubcon 5 kali.
Ya bodoh. Masa 5 kali
dia pakai, kau tahu.
Pilot dah mati
It's not
kali,
even
so ni pilot ke-6.
And dia bukan macam the premier TIE Fighter macam kita nampak dalam the actual movies tau. Ini budget punya TIE Fighters lawan dengan X-Wing yang tak ada dia punya front shield, rear shield, that kind of story.
Nice. Yeah,
Actual war is hell
yeah.
inside the Star Wars punya universe. That will be very interesting.
Yeah. Menarik. So ada apa-apa lagi komen daripada korang sebelum aku para penonton?
Yang Shaz mention One Piece studio yang used for One Piece is Toei Animation. Toei Animation dia punya animation quality it's usually around subpar 4-5 out of 10. But given enough budget they could pull off macam The Journey yang anime Islam baru-baru ni they did it on a high budget. So if you do it in the big budget it could be a legit Star Wars series. I don't know who did Hokuto no Ken, but I think Gundam most of the work is by Sunrise Studio. Yang tu memang boleh buat Star Wars punya cerita easily as IG production.
Yeah.
So boleh.
Harap-harap adalah nanti Star Wars Visions Season 2.
Oh.
Alright.
Kalau aku nak tambah season 2 umum, aku rasa kalau studio animasi kalau ada season 2 lah, aku rasa aku nak continuation from certain episode lah. Contoh macam The Nine Jedi dengan Lock and Ocho episode.
Yes.
I would love to see. Dengan Akakiri punya episode.
Yeah.
Because dia macam tergantung. Dia macam tergantung. Lepas cerita dia menarik. I would love to see.
Akakiri was rush.
Bincangkan masa segmen harapan.
I don't know. I mean season 2 kalau ada sambung aku nak tu. And then kalau penulis atau mangaka Jepun yang aku nak terlibat adalah Akira Toriyama. Sebab every time aku tak Dr. Slump dia lukis kan manga, kerana lukis Ultraman apa. Lepas tu dia kata kan, dia nak cepatkan dia punya deadline, apa semua dia nak buat cepat, dia dengar muzik Star Wars. Lepas tu kadang-kadang bila dia dalam Dr. Slump punya cerita tu, tak ada Scout Trooper, tak ada Stormtrooper baling benda dekat bulan. Aku macam wow, kau Star Wars fan lah. Aku nak tahu apa Akira Toriyama punya vision dekat Star Wars kalau dia direct. Tata macam Goku kat kot. Berdebum. Macam okey. Tapi tak apalah, at least kita tahulah apa dia nak buat.
Jedi tu dia buka baju terus, lepas tu dia jadi Saiyan. Dia macam
Super Jedi. Oh my god. Ya, I mean kalau bagi aku pendapat aku, orang yang suka tak semestinya tahu macam mana nak handle franchise tu lah. Tapi kita tengoklah apa dia buat kan. Itu salah satu benda kita tahu tau.
Ni macam what if kan. Ni macam antalogi what if. So tak kisah kan. I think it'll be cool kan. Kalau Akira Toriyama buat it'll be like
So the Ultra Instinct is Jedi canon lah.
Ultra Instinct. Oh, dah more. Oh shit, no. Qui-Gon, what have you been? Okay.
Alright, so aku akan bacakan komen dari penonton di rumah sekarang. Ahmad Nasuha mengatakan, episod 1 dengan 3 okey, tapi episod 2 tak boleh blast kan. Sorry lah.
Dua apa
Episod kedua lah, episod ya. Itu, I mean, bila kau bagi creative license kepada studio, this is what you get lah. Bukan semua ialah level 9 Jedi ataupun the duel. You might get something like Tattoo Rhapsody because the brief was do whatever you want, whatever you like. So macam tu lah. Seterusnya Kudo mengatakan aku agree dengan Wan with regard to studio creativity. Tengok The Ninth Jedi again, walaupun 15 minit, how they design the trebuchet ataupun catapult as a device to collect minerals from the rings in orbit is a good example. Of how much thought the Japanese creators had put into a short 15-minute series. That's good. Capital Burst menambah, bagi saya episod yang menarik ialah episod 5, The Ninth Jedi, dan kurang menarik ialah episod 2, Tatooine Rhapsody. Aku rasa tak ramai peminat chibi kot antara kita ni.
Kau tahu tak, the awkward moment is episod tu salah satu yang aku suka sebab kepelbagaian. Episod yang aku tak suka episod berapa.
It is diversity.
So, Anri, episod 2, what are the other animes or manga that studio did? Sebab aku macam tak kenal langsung this art style.
Studio Colorado.
Aku I don't see the punya works too much. I'm not a fan of dia punya style. I'm not even a fan of style of 2B1 punya episode yang Osamu Tezuka punya style, apa the robot boy punya thing. I love The Ninth Jedi because it's IG production. This was a studio yang created in 1983, 38 years in business. In 1983, Hayao Miyazaki buat Nausicaa, and they're the guys who actually did all this work sampai sekarang. They did all the Ghost in the Shell story, so the portrayal of a female lead who have a strong background is on point. So by far, this is the best episode for Star Wars Vision for me. The duel, of course, is good, but it's like a 90 for me. This was like a 99, like more than 5 points the spread.
So komen seterusnya dari Capital Burst, apakah episod yang menarik dan kurang menarik? So I guess for you is The Ninth Jedi yang menarik.
Kurang menarik is the Elder. The Elder.
Okay.
I hate the Elder. It's a generic Jedi, generic Padawan, generic Master, generic Sith villain. They fought in a generic setting, in a generic planet, in a generic mountain, and then they don't have a lot of plot development after that. So it's like a pointless story. You could have done better storytelling than that. I hate 2B1.
The guy in the group project yang tak buat kerja, lepas tu dia just copy paste.
Yeah, this is the Japanese Kathleen Kennedy punya artwork.
Pedas. Toby least, also, you didn't like Toby, was it? Or?
I didn't like Toby, but at least kan they provide something different. And Ratatuin tak sedih kan, I tak suka the main character. I don't like the setting, I don't like the ending, but at least kan they provide a little background on the Hutt punya syndicate punya background. Apparently the hero memang tahu we cannot go against the Hutt because the Hutt runs the Hutt Traverse punya sector. If you know the Star Wars universe, there's the Outer Rim, the Inner Rim, the Core Worlds, and a small upper explored space controlled by the Hutt space. So there are 3 major powers here. If you want to go against the Jabba the Hutt, unless you are a master, you're fucked. So I appreciate dia punya respect on the Hutt punya power base, and they make an effort. Okay, we cannot fight him, so just try to make him our sponsor. So okay lah. At least they put in the effort.
At least dia macam first I want a final punya song. Lepas tu bila dah dapat the crowd kan, why don't you be our band manager? So Jabba the Hutt has a new job tau. Kalau jadi canon, Jabba the Hutt is a rock band manager, guys.
Duit banyak bro.
If you cannot become a sponsor, I'll become your slave boy. You can chain me like apa.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there, bro.
Okay, Syaz, apakah episod yang paling menarik pada kau dan kurang menarik? Silakan.
Yang ni bukan kita nak discuss further ke nanti?
That's one is
Adakah kita
next
akan discuss
topic.
further? Oh
Yeah,
ya,
itulah.
okay, kita akan sambungkan ni further. So sorry Capital, aku terlupa skrip aku sendiri. So, okay, kemudian Kudo mengatakan, aku rasa the studios have full access to all sound effects,
Yes.
archive to maintain
The
continuity.
T-shirt.
Yes. Kemudian dia tak boleh percaya yang aku baru sampai The Ninth Jedi. Sorry bro, I have too many things to watch and write and edit and yeah. Nak macam mana? Kemudian
Wait.
untuk ya.
You miss out the furry. The
Tak
furry
apa, nanti aku
episode.
tengok lepas ni. Sebelum
Oh my God.
selepas aku tengok What If and then selepas aku tengok Struggle and then
Okay.
prep untuk esok. Pasal esok kita ada Dune. So there's too
Correct.
many things. You know?
Dude,
Tak apa, kau tengok weekend lah. Since kita dah habis bedah, kau tengok Saturday pun tak apa.
Ya, insyaAllah. Kemudian Kudo menambah pada dia punya favourite episodes was the one done by Trigger, IG Production, Gino iaitu Lob dan Oko, serta the Trigger episode tentang the twins sahaja, not the other Trigger one. He's not too impressed with the elder. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
Kemudian Ahmad Ashraf yang menonton menggunakan American English dub, saya suka episode The Twins. Maybe sebab Alison Brie voicekan Master Am. Okay, nampaknya aku kena tengok versi American English dub juga. I love Alison
Oh
Brie.
my
Sejak zaman
God.
Community lagi, okay? I love Alison Brie, man.
Lain don't worry.
Seterusnya, Bucuk mengatakan episod 2 bagi aku okey je, Tatooine Rhapsody. Sesuai dengan stylenya macam ala-ala Chibi sebab episod 2 is not into fighting scene sangat. Yes. I think it's the one of the few yang not about Sith versus Jedi. It's about the hard scoundrels, scum and villainy. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Seterusnya, Ahmad Nasuha, boleh explain tak Jedi, Sith atau semuanya tu sebenarnya apa? Okay, Ahmad Nasuha, kalau kau nak, kau patut tonton siri 16 episod Star Wars The Bad Batch. Especially episod-episod awal di mana aku, Wan dan Hadi explain apa itu Jedi, apa itu Sith dan seumpamanya. Tapi kalau kita nak summary pendek daripada Wan, silakan Wan. Summary pendek je. What is Jedi, what is Sith?
1 jam kemudian tak habis lagi. Okay, kalau nak jadi pendek, Jedi dengan Sith ni adalah satu puak apa ni yang percaya cara dia orang punya filosofi sendiri untuk macam mana handle the Force. So it become Jedi dulu yang buat, dan lepas tu ada orang berdapat lain dia cast away jadi Sith. Itu je lah aku nak cakap cara pendek. I mean the Force is everything, this everywhere. Tapi dia orang ada macam satu code yang dia kena ikut, yang dia kata inilah cara kalau kau nak connect dengan the Force. Sebab tu kalau orang biasa pun actually ada kuasa tu. Ada yang kata Force sensitive atau tak. Tapi if you go to that particular institution, they will train you specifically with betul-betul punya format in order how you reconnect with the Force. Use it when you want ataupun bila-bila saja. And you have access to lightsaber. Mak, saya nak masuk Jedi. Ya,
Coverage
masuk.
Bad Batch kita untuk more about what is Jedi, what is Sith.
Boleh wiki juga kalau nak.
Soalan seterusnya oleh Nizam Nordin nak tanya, George Lucas memang dah tak boleh join mana-mana projek Star Wars ke sejak dia menjualkan Lucasfilm ke Disney Plus untuk 4 bilion?
Aku rasa boleh kalau nak, tapi atas courtesy lah. Cuma if I'm not mistaken, The Last Jedi dia tak boleh masuk. Aku tak tahu kata dia tak bagi masuk. Sebab mungkin dia nak interfere banyak lah kot. And then I think secara bertulis tak ada cakap dia tak boleh masuk atau interfere. Atas permintaan director tu sendiri, atas respect. Contoh macam Mandalorian dia ada. Dia siap pegang lagi Baby Yoda punya prop.
Tapi dia tak terlibat into the production lah.
Ya, officially dia tak terlibat. Tapi mungkin dia bagi advice atau apa, atau dia bagi macam direction atau apa, atau dia bagi komen. Itu sajalah. Asal courtesy. Tapi officially tak ada dalam rekod apa-apa yang dia kata dia kena terlibat atau apa. Tapi with that kind of what we call reputation, aku rasa once kau tak bagi dia masuk, that man. Memang orang bambu katakan dia asal kau tak bagi dia masuk. Walaupun even you have the power of the universe, kau nak halang George Lucas masuk production Star Wars. Kau nak halang, orang akan bambu kau habis-habis kan. So itulah dia kuasa seorang George Lucas ni ada. Orang respect dia sampai sekarang.
Tapi
banyak lagi nak cerita.
Respect dia. Kena dia backstep dia.
Lepas tu kau tengok apa jadi sekarang dengan dia. Dia nak keluar media. Nak keluar bro. Bakar. So
Kan?
itulah dia. Ya.
Okay. So untuk menutupkan segmen ini, kita ada trivia daripada Kudo untuk Wan Muhammad.
Janganlah.
Seiyu untuk TOB1 is Nozawa Masako, who is Son Goku. So one's wish is partially come true. Yeah. Son Goku
What?
dah voice.
Tak boleh
Son Goku
teka
dah
langsung.
voice
It was Son Goku.
Aku tak tahu langsung dia Son Goku punya ni. Oh ya, tadi Dragon Ball. Okey lah. Tapi kenapa dia bawa dengan Tobi? Aduh.
Itulah kan.
Tapi
Okay,
best
guys.
cerita. Okeylah.
Dengan itu berakhirlah segmen ini dan kita akan membincangkan babak hebat yang kedua. So babak hebat kita yang kedua adalah tentang Visions, a Galaxy Far Far Away, di mana kita menerokai 9 episod Star Wars Visions dan bincangkan our personal favourites. So shit, I kind of like covered that just now dengan Anri, tapi aku akan cubakan. Ini untuk semua panelis ya. Di antara 9 cerita dalam Star Wars Visions Season 1, apakah top 3 episodes pilihan anda dan mengapa? Pada aku personally is The Duel, The Nine Jedi yang tak habis lagi, dan juga The Twins lah. Aku kind of partial to those three.
Kau ni.
Apakah yang korang paling suka? Kita mulakan dengan Shaz, silakan.
Definitely the Twins, because that one is one of the most intense fighting scene. Kedua was
Okay, silakan.
Saturday Sony, yes.
kedua was the episode 1 yang the Ronin tu, because
The Duel.
of
Yeah.
I mean partly because it was the first, so kita macam like, the pacing was mind blowing lah. You bayangkan kalau episode 2 was the opening, kita macam like, ni apa benda ni.
1 minit sudi jadi first episode. Aku rasa ramai orang dah stop tengok kot.
And the third one was, I need to see which number was it. This one. Yelah yang ramai dengan Jedi lah, yang ramai-ramai Jedi dengan Sith semua keluar sekali tu kan.
Oh, baik tu.
Nine Jedi.
Although funnily I have some critics on that, but that one kemudian lah.
Okay. Seterusnya Anri, your top 3. So we know that you love The Duel.
The Ninth Jedi, number 1. The Duel. Third is The Village Bride. I have my reasons to like The Village Bride. I think a lot of people memang doesn't agree with me, but I stand by my choice lah.
I mean, I love the animation, but what's that bollocks about Mangina? Inilah Mangina.
Okay, Magina refers to the Force.
You're just calling it by another name. Okay.
Yeah. Because you have to understand, in Star Wars, the Force goes by many names. Even to the Sith, right? The Sith worship the Force, but they don't call it the Force. They call it something else on Korriban, where the Sith punya order are established.
Non-canon, but yes.
Yeah. So for them to actually name the Force or the Great Spirit, the Great River, the Great Ocean, the midichlorian punya whatever you want to call it, I can appreciate that. And this story for The Village Bride takes place after Order 66. So it was interesting to see that this woman character F was at a crossroad. Do I stay hidden or do I continue to venture out and seek out other Jedis to rebuild the order? So for her to see her reconnect back to the Force and to her faith, right, was something I appreciated.
Which studio did that? Because I love the animation, man. It was.
I think it's Citrus, Kedima Citrus, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, Kedima Citrus, Village Bride.
Citrus, okay. Okay, Wan, apakah top 3 favorites kau? Silakan.
Okay, sebelum aku masuk top 3, aku nak tanya Anri, kau yang Village Bride, kau tengok dub Jepun kan? With subtitle English kan? Betul tak?
Yeah.
Kalau kau tengok yang waktu the brother and sister nak activate the Magina, I mean, that's just the name, Magina kan. Apa ni, the brother say, kalau tengok subtitle, dia kata I am the sky, I am the forest, and I am the river. Tak, the sister say first, I am the sky, I am the forest, and I am the river. The sister say first. After that, the brother sambung, the subtitle bawah juga cakap, I am the sky, I am the forest, I am the river. Tapi, apa yang aku dengar dalam Jepun, lain tau. Maksudnya, abang dia lepas tu cakap lain, tapi subtitle ulang benda yang sama. Macam malas sikit subtitle tu. Aku rasa nak marah tu. Dia kata,
apa dia kata?
Okay, kalau ikutkan, the sister say, Sora, which is sky, and then I'm the forest and I'm the river. Okay, itu translation bagi betul sebab dia kata Sora, Mori dengan Kawa. Itu sister dia cakap dulu. After that, the brother sambung. The brother sambung, brother cakap Yama, Kumo dengan Kaze tau. Which is gunung, awan dengan angin.
Yes.
Tapi translation cakap benda sama apa yang the sister cakap. Sky, forest and river. Macam lazy gila translation korang. Aku tengok translation diorang macam ada banyak lazy jugalah kalau tengok tu. Macam dia nak cakap, Jepun cakap lain tapi English cakap lain sikit. Aku rasa itulah.
Kau tengok bila? Do you watch very early?
I binge watch tadi. Semua 9. Semua dah masuk kepala otak aku. So I kena like feel like macam
lost in translation.
Sebab aku tengok dah dia cakap lepas tengok sky je. Aku bukan cakap sky kan.
I didn't realize the translation punya mistake. But I wouldn't blame it on the studio. I blame it on the translators lah. It could be this is out of control lah. They did pass this to Lucasfilm, Disney. So that's in their court lah.
Film ni
Kena dia ni sama je, letak je. Dia mesti cakap dia sama juga. Okay, balik kepada episod dalam 9 cerita dalam Star Vision Season 1. Apakah top 3 pilihan anda? Top 3 aku adalah first actually Lock and Ocho yang furry Jedi tu. Second The Nine Jedi sebab betul itu actually one of yang embody Star Wars betul-betul lah. And then nombor 3 aku bukan nak kata duel lah sebab bagi aku duel tu macam typical cerita yang Jepun buat. Kau pergi cepat orang lepas tu kau selamatkan macam Kurosawa kan. So I think walaupun animation dia bagus tapi it's not in my top 3 lah. Aku punya yang top 3 yang lagi satu adalah Akagiri. Sebab dia macam apa kita panggil tu? You expect dalam cerita ni semua macam orang baik nak menang tau. Tiba-tiba dalam ni Jedi kau jadi jahat. Aku terpaksa ikut. Macam ni kena sequel ni. Kau kena ada sambungan ni. Walaupun animation dia tak bagus tapi bagi pendapat aku itu pun salah satu konflik yang kita nampak dalam Star Wars lah pasal family. Even Lord Ocho pun pasal family juga. Even The Nine Jedi is pasal Sith dengan plot twist. Tak salah aku semua Sith kat sini. Cuma actually paling yang aku agak kontroversi, aku suka tattoo that Sony sebenarnya. So dia kata kan kalau nombor 3 nombor 4 tattoo that Sony sebab dia
pasal
lain tau.
Kan? Pasal ada boba je.
Ada boba, aku boba tu yang balance kan kot. And then satu lagi aku suka sebab dia band. Kau tak pernah tengok asyik kau tengok Kantina punya band. Boring. Kau tengok vokal yang menyanyi tau.
Bro, Kantina band tu depressed bro. Dia tak diajak oleh Jabbar, okay. Dia orang macam, babi lah kita tak diajak.
Lepas tu dia nyanyi jalan Jepun. Lepas tu ceni. Oh ini anime macam apa Suzumiya Haruhi. Orang siapa tahu. Menarik kan ni kan. Aku pun ada keluar soundtrack dia. Aku boleh dengar. So aku terkejut juga yang mic tu akhirnya tak jadi lightsaber. Aku macam that's a missed opportunity lah. Okay, itu je. Aku tak expect. Aku ingat Jedi tu dibela ke apa. Sekali tengok kau masuk kat bawah. Oh ini tempat band je. Truck band macam cerita Macross. Kau pergi travel seluruh dunia. Aku macam seluruh kali macam ini tak pernah ada dalam Star Wars. Bagus idea ni.
It's something different lah, definitely.
Yeah. I just want to add that Lop and Ocho, right, is considered the most revolutionary episode because George Lucas memang tak suka furry dalam Star Wars punya universe dia.
It's actually a homage kepada Star Wars comics daripada Marvel that introduced a green bunny character. So Lop and Ocho is a homage to that character.
Yeah, and they did well. I like Lop as a character. I wanted to see more episodes of Lop actually.
Can you imagine Lop in live action?
Wow.
Comelnya. Kau tahu tak? Comelnya.
Tapi Chewbacca ada pula.
Dia Chewbacca.
That's the thing. Chewbacca isn't a giant bunny rabbit.
Chewbacca is not waifu material, okay?
It's a standing dog. Anjing yang bulu lebat tu lah. Okay, plus one to the Anri side tracker.
Sebelum kita masuk furry territory dengan lebih mendalam, kita akan tanya soalan seterusnya. Di antara 9 cerita dalam Star Wars Vision Season 1, siapakah watak paling memorable yang anda harap akan pulang dalam season 2 nanti? Personally, I want to see the Ronin. The Ronin needs to come back. It reminds me so much of like Lone Wolf and Cub. Anri, memorable character? Could it be the Fury?
I wanted to say Lop, but I want to see more of Kara. I want to see if she can rescue her father from the safe punya bounty hunters lah.
Nice. Shaz?
Aku nak tengok the twins return.
The
That's
way it
important
ended is
because
so open-ended though. Macam my
Yeah.
sister is still alive. Macam sial lah. Wan, silakan Wan.
Aku nak tengok Lop lah. Tengok apa dia balik benda. Lop dengan Ultro kan. And then satu lagi The Nine Jedi punya continuation lah aku nak tengok. Because kau dah develop lawa tau. I mean lepas tu ayah dia lagi dah ditinggalkan, dia kata buat keluar. Semua yang tergantung aku nak tengok. Yang tak episodi aku rasa cukup lah. Kalau aku buat sequel aku tak faham. I mean aku suka tapi kalau aku buat sekarang macam jangan cukup.
Episod seterusnya Jabba, bos band manager berjaya. Takkan aku tak nak tengok bro.
Idol pula. Kita ambil idol. Oh,
Idol dekat Tatooine.
yang hard yang masuk band tu is actually anak Jabba kan?
No, anak
I don't think so.
nephew dia.
Nephew dia.
Yeah. Supposed
Dia
to
nak
be in the
execute.
business.
dia nak execute nephew dia. Wow.
Tak, sebab kan dia tu teenager growing up. Memanglah dia akan suka main muzik. Tata dia pun dulu gila muzik.
Yes, dulu Jabba tak botak ya. Dulu Jabba ada rambut dreadlocks. Okay guys.
No woman no cry.
No woman, no
Jabba
cry.
pula. Jabba dengan Boba layan ya muzik tu sebab dia orang punya apa ekor Jabba bergerak, Boba pun mentak kaki. Aku cakap wow.
Okay, so soalan terakhir untuk segmen ini bagi para panelis. Di antara 9 cerita dalam Star Wars Vision Season 1, apakah force usage yang paling mind-blowing bagi anda? Yang anda harap akan diterapkan di dalam Star Wars live action pada masa depan? Personally, I love the payung made out of lightsabers yang eventually jadi satu lightsaber. I so want to see that man in live action. Imagine kau like look macam kau nak lawan siapa ada 10 lightsaber tengah berpusing macam ni, macam fucking cibai. So yeah, I want to see that payung lightsaber become live action. Wan, apakah force usage yang kau paling suka? Is it the cara libas-libas twins tu dia macam lightsaber 6 tangan lepas tu libas macam Indiana Jones ke benda lain? Silakan.
Actually benda yang force usage yang aku suka bukan dekat top 3 episod aku tau. Yang aku suka ada dekat dalam duel, which is the force user dua-dua tu, satu yang ada payung. Dan payung tu tak ridiculous sebab Japan memang ada sinonim dengan dia punya payung punya teknik atau apa. And then duel pula the Ronin, dia tahan guna force benda je tu. Aku macam wow. And then lepas tu force usage yang satu lagi dalam The Twin, memang betul dia punya force usage is actually mind blowing kan. Dia orang kat angkasa boleh bernafas lagi. Itu salah satu benda macam plot hole tapi rasa macam I let it go lah. Mungkin force dia orang kuat kot.
Bukan
Episode
kita dah tengok Leia buat tu kan. Leia dah boleh bernafas dalam space.
Itulah dia itu tak canon. Kau jangan so itu jangan.
Leia dah boleh. Dia buat Mary Poppins bro. Dia bernafas dalam space bro.
Force tutup hidung dia.
And then satu lagi force usage yang digunakan oleh dalam The Village Bride. Yang Minah tu pergi tahan blaster mid-air. Which is Kylo Ren buat jugalah.
Bukan Kylo Ren dah buat ke? Kau ni kau
benda yang awesome macam kat awesome lah. Tapi lepas tu terus ke laut. Itu awesome kot. Lepas tu kau buat tu. Opening dah lawa. Lepas tu kau buka muka lah.
Ya.
Masalah teenager.
Masa Kylo stop tu for the first time in live action, aku dengar Wan macam what the fuck is going on bro?
The best part kan, dia tahan. Lepas tu dia turunkan tangan ni, dia cakap lagi.
Yes.
Sampai habis tu baru benda tu keluar. Kat situ kau boleh gauge power level tau. Mamat ni is not something you want to fuck with. Mungkin lagi kuat pada Vader. Tapi lepas tu kau tahu lah apa jadi. Mary
Lepas tu
Poppins.
dia buka mask. Lepas tu dia macam buka baju. Macam babi lah. Tak ada tengok apa benda macam ni.
So yeah, I would love to see payung Kalau kita tengok orang buat fun yang macam Kylo Ren ada, kan masa keluar klik kan Kylo Ren ada lightsaber guard tu. Lepas tu semua orang kata ada lightsaber apa antena lah apalah cabang-cabang. Tapi that payung is very logical. Cuma satu je lah. Kalau kau tengok kalau payung tu ada macam 10 punya ni, I think the source is still one kyber crystal. So I have a feeling that
It's from
Yeah.
the handle. Sebab tu dia cabutkan payung tu. And then it became one lightsaber.
And then bagi pendapat aku lah, even though ada 10, tapi kuasa dia tak sama macam satu lightsaber yang concentrated. So I think kalau kau dapat tepis tu kira okay jugalah. Dia semua nak confusekan kau je. Tapi kalau setiap satu tu satu kyber crystal, that is your fuck lah, macam okay. Ni
Itu dah level General Grievous lah bro. Bila dia buat tangan dia jadi payung. Iya tak?
Kenobi.
Itu kan. Anri, your hope for a live action force usage.
I like what the Ronin punya power, tahan the lightsaber dengan tangan. That's Sith punya teknik. Memang I like to see more of that. I also like the scene where Margrave Juro and that Sith imposter lawan, and they both fired force lightning from their hands, because there's been a misunderstanding that force lightning is Sith power, but that's not true. Sith force lightning is actually a power that both Jedi and Sith use. Is the same technique. You have to understand. First there was the Jedi, and then there was the Sith. Dia punya teknik
I feel like the novelizations with Jace, Jaina Solo and Anakin Solo realize that Jedis and Sith are just a spectrum. You can tap into anything. Force lightning apa.
Yeah.
It's just you're not ni kau Sith ni kau jahat. Tak ada. It's like I think Jace or Jaina can make force lightning, or is it Anakin Solo can make force lightning? Yeah, something like that.
Anyone can do it with a proper training. And I hope they also bring a Force Storm, a higher version of the Force Lightning. It's not the same bullshit yang Palpatine buat dalam the last movie. So I hope.
Aku nak tambah satu lagi. Actually Force Lightning, kenapa dia orang kategoriskan kenapa itu dark side punya power? So aku kena faham tau, Force ni kalau kau gunakan, walaupun kau tap macam-macam, tapi kau kena tahu apa niat kau nak buat tau. Kalau niat tu ke arah kebaikan, dia akan more lean to the light side. Contoh kalau Force push, bila kau buat push, you can tolak orang boleh, kau boleh nak tolak orang daripada kena langgar kereta api ke, kau nak selamatkan dia, atau kau nak tolak pintu sebab kau nak masuk ke. Semua kena niat. Tapi Force Lightning, dia orang kata, kenapa Force Lightning ni dark side? Sebab dia punya intention memang untuk electrify orang tu tau. Sebab tu I think after that the legend says yang kenapa Luke legend after that, kenapa Luke buat Force Lightning tapi dia tak kena tempted by the dark side. First of all dia guna yang tangan apa, dia guna Force Lightning guna tangan yang artificial dia. And then satu lagi sebab dia punya temptation to the dark side tu dah diatasi dalam episod 6 di mana dia buang lightsaber dia sendiri, tak nak bunuh ayah dia. Maksud itu yang paling ultimate tau. Sebab tu lepas tu tak ada satu pun dark side boleh tempted dia dah, walaupun dia guna Force Lightning. Dia dapat kawal lah perasaan dia, nak ni ke nak apa ke.
But that's the thing, if you use the Force, you will always be tempted by the dark side.
Yeah.
Because the Force is just a medium. It's like a knife. You can use it to cook, you can use it to make artwork, or you can use it to kill people. So as long as you're using it, there's always a temptation. So that's why I appreciated this sort of detail when they were both using Force Lightning. It's like a knot that says, okay, it's not like Kathleen Kennedy's version. There's a light side and a dark side.
And even I think in Kathleen Kennedy's version, kita ada nampak that you can be seduced by the light side. Like how Kylo Ren wants to be a villain so much, but he is being seduced to the light side, and eventually
he was seduced by Rey.
Rey, bro.
I think since episode 1, before he even met, episode 7, before he even met Rey, remember after yang scene interrogate dengan whatchamacallit, Poe Dameron tu, he went into his bertafakur room, and then he was talking to his grandfather like, please don't let me be seduced by the light side, in a sense.
Bro, dia cakap Palpatine sebenarnya tu bro, bukan bapak dia. Kau kena faham bro. Aku dah cakap, bocor.
Kita patut bedah lah episod 7 balik live. Kita nak
jauh. Konteks dia lain kau tak. Kita punya teori semua.
789, aku tak start live stream lagi. Aku rasa kalau kita buat live lah, mesti best tengok one macam cacing kepas.
No, the best part kan, aku rasa kalau episod 7 baru keluar, we all gonna be excited and all the theory are good. Bila episod 8 keluar, lepas tu live stream akan jadi mungkin okey lagi, Tapi lepas Kathleen Kennedy buat hal, aku nak kena buat satu lagi lah tu live stream. Nak betulkan balik apa kita cakap sebenarnya kan. You know what? This is Lepas episode 9, 4 jam akan mengutuk lah.
Kalau korang tengok dalam archive di YouTube BuzzPopTV dah ada. One force aku cerita tentang apa Rise of the Skywalker 2 kali. Was it The Last Jedi? Kita dah buat review non spoiler. Then kita buat review spoiler. And then the one edition review.
Oh shit, ya lah. Geram sangat. Oh my god, that's good.
Okay guys, so dengan itu aku akan bacakan beberapa komen menarik. Pertama, kategori The Great mengatakan, saya suka episod di mana perempuan buat lightsaber di satu planet tu. Mind blown. Which episode is that guys?
Nine Jedi.
The Nice Jedi.
Yang perempuan buat
finish watching that. Okay. The Nine Jedi, nice.
Bukan uncle. Bapak dia yang buat lightsaber tu.
Yes.
Maybe.
Perempuan buat lightsaber. I think kau salah faham kot. Mungkin Nine Jedi lah kot. I didn't remember which yang perempuan buat lightsaber.
Yeah.
Mungkin assemble ada.
Kudo mengatakan personally he love the twins, the duel dan Nine Jedi. So episod ketiga, episod pertama dan juga episod kelima. Semua yang aku dah tengok. Nice. Kemudian kalau Paul mengatakan the Ninth Jedi dan juga the duel. Wow, nice. Kemudian Jamal Raslan menyampuk yang part ni cakap Lost in Translation tu betul lah. Sebab Lost in Translation kan set in Japan.
Wait, what?
The Bill Murray punya movie tu.
Bill Murray movie. Kan tadi kau cakap Wan, dia punya dub tu tak cukup bagus. Dan aku cakap pasal Lost in Translation. Betul lah. Mana Jepun kan?
Okay.
Lick my stockings.
Jamal.
Oh ya, Jamal.
One day, Wan dengan Jamal kena satu panel, satu panelis bedah. It was so funny.
Aku rasa kalau Wan join Foundation, it's been pretty awesome lah. Yesterday's session was superb. Hadi dengan Jamal go toe to toe about sci-fi, Asimov and nearly everything. Dan dia ada empire juga, Wan. Dah 12,000 tahun in control. With an emperor that's been around for 400 years. Cloning himself 400 years. So, aku rasa kau akan teruja kot.
Ini Star Wars all over again.
Okay, by the way, Capital Burst mengatakan masing-masing episod berlainan animation kan? Yes. 9 episod, 7 studio, cara animation style yang berlainan. Definitely. Kemudian Kudo berteori bahawa the wrong subs ni adalah salah Kathleen Kennedy.
The what? Oh, the wrong sub. Betul. Aku terkejut. Macam betul aku ulang balik macam dia cakap lain, lepas tu translation apa ni sky apa kan. They take for granted lah.
You're right. You're correct.
Seterusnya Jamal menambah his personal ranking is nombor 1 The Nine Jedi, nombor 2 Lob and Ocho, nombor 3 The Duel, nombor 4 Akakiri, nombor 5 The Twins, seterusnya The Village Bride, Tatooine Rhapsody, The Elder dan TOB1. Oh shit, aku tak tengok lagi TOB1. Damn.
Tapi aku agak teruja bila Jamal tak letak Teacher Rhapsody the second last or last. Maksud dia suka juga Teacher Rhapsody.
Dia lagi benci The Elder dengan TOB1 tu. Seterusnya Jamal menambah, kalau Jabba buat rock band, nama dia Jab Band.
Why? Kenapa?
Tak baca kan komen kau kalau continually live aku tak baca tu Jamal. Seterusnya Amar mengatakan pasal subtitle The Village Bride yang Wan perkatakan tu, dalam English dub memang dua orang tu cakap benda yang sama. Oh shit. Maksudnya maybe the English dub script became the English translation lah.
So you can blame this to Lucasfilm lah. Apparently they dropped the ball.
Yes. The English dub punya script.
Tengok localization siapa yang localization mesti Chronic Kathleen Kennedy kat ni kan. Tak apa ni dia dah copy paste.
Mamat tu apa yang kau benci daripada Star Wars Story Group?
Siapa Papa Hidago?
Pablo Hidago kot.
Dia aku tak tahu lah kenapa dia side
I watch anime. I can do the translation guys.
Tapi itulah, I mean it makes sense that kalau you tengok the pacing in the Japanese punya dub, two people talking three different things followed by somebody talking three different things is more logical than dua orang cakap benda sama tapi dia tunggu ni habis. Ke tidak, lepas tu dia cakap lah I'm the wind, I'm the sky.
Itulah.
Baru it makes
Mantra
more
dia
sense.
tak jadi ya kan? Mantra dia
Ha.
pelik lah kalau satu ya.
Mantra tak buka-buka Majaina tu. Tak ada orang.
Kemudian Kudo mengingatkan kita bahawa lob dalam Ocho and Lob tu adalah berdasarkan Jackson the Rabbit, watak watak original yang dibuat oleh Marvel Comics ketika mereka diberi license untuk buat komik Star Wars 1 tahun sebelum Star Wars 1977 episode 4 keluar.
Berapa tua si Kudo ni?
Kudo needs to be 10 years older than us. If we are in our 40s, Kudo is in his 50s.
Kudo. How old are you actually,
Hello.
Kudo? I think Mamat ni muda tau, tapi dia banyak buat research.
Tak. Kudo is in his 50s.
He bought tau. Maksudnya paling muda pun 3-4 tahun kau tu. Confirm older than us.
Ya.
But takkan
Wow.
budak umur 3-4 tahun boleh beli, ada duit nak beli komik Star Wars kan?
Betul.
Wow, I bought
Masa
that.
tu
Yeah,
kau
you
beli
bought that.
dekat-
Wow.
Central Market ke kau beli dekat The Mind Shop? The Mind Shop dah buka ke? 1978 mana ada lagi Mind Shop tu. It was 1980 something baru ada Mind Shop. So blatantly it could
Dekat
be
kedai
kau beli
komik
dekat
Mamak.
US atau UK ni bro. Sila berikan penjelasan yang penuh. Seterusnya Kudo menjawab personally his favourite characters are Ocho dan juga Am and Kare, i.e. the twins.
Kenapa bukan Lob? Lob comel.
Yeah, Lob. Yeah.
Kemudian Ahmad Farhi mengatakan, boleh kata Star Wars Vision ni macam What If tak? Ke multiverse lain? Dia lebih kurang macam What If lah. Dia non-canon. So diorang boleh buat apa-apa diorang nak. Jabba jadi rock band manager pun boleh. Boba Fett versi chibi pun boleh. So they can do anything they want because that was the creative license given by Kathleen Kennedy to them. Okay guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah segmen ini dan kita akan ke babak hebat kita yang ketiga. Babak hebat kita yang ketiga adalah tentang diversity ataupun animation styles, di mana kita menyelami pelbagai animation style yang dihidangkan oleh siri antologi ini. Aku make sure untuk our furry fans, kita ada overlay of furry di sini. So soalan untuk semua panelis, di antara 9 cerita dalam Star Wars Vision Season 1, episod manakah dengan animation style unik yang anda paling minati? Dan harap bakal kembali untuk Season 2 nanti. Aku personally, I know I love the duel lah. Aku memang suka that Kurosawa vibe. So I really want the duel to come back for Season 2. Ataupun continue the journey of the Ronin. Shaz, silakan Shaz.
Funnily enough, the animation style selain daripada Ronin, that one a lot of people will suka. Kill la Kill pun episode yang twins tu a lot of people suka. But one of the styles yang aku intrigued because first time aku tengok was actually episode 9. Yang Arakiri. Tapi yang lucunya aku tak suka cerita Arakiri tu. So aku tak tahu nak kata macam mana lah. But the style was unique. First time aku tengok, dengan line-line tebal and like old school punya design macam like, this is like, sebab a lot of my anime tends to be modern style punya ni. Macam you have the Gundam Initial D, a lot of mecha based punya series. So bila nampak this old style, macam apa, the closest that comes to it is apa cerita botak tu? One Punch Man.
Oh.
Tiba-tiba ada tumbuh kan, tiba-tiba line-line tebal lah, tak apa-apa. It reminds me of that. So it's a very rarely seen art punya style lah from my experience.
Nice.
That will be interesting to see.
Betul. Seterusnya Anri.
I really like the Ronin punya style. Actually, it fits Lucasfilm punya 3D punya style because Kamikaze Duga, they do this often. They transition 2D to 3D, 3D to 2D. So that's very interesting to watch. But I prefer the traditional 2D style better from IG Production and the guys who did Lob and Ocho punya episode. It's traditional Japanese 2D animation punya work. So I appreciate that medium more than Kamikaze Duga punya 3D 2D transition work. So I'm more of the purist punya side lah in this case.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Dan seterusnya Wan Muhammad, silakan.
Okay, bagi aku kalau animation style yang nak katakan yang paling aku minati is Lob and Ocho. And then sebab yang macam yang buat macam anime Kill la Kill the Twin tu aku tak suka sangat sebab nampak macam I know it's anime but it's kind of like more cartoonish. Bagi aku kalau kau nak buat Star Wars kau kena buat more to macam real life punya animation lah. I mean Kamikaze Doga bagus tapi bagi aku kalau dia nak macam nak buat aku nak tengok tiap-tiap episode macam tu aku rasa mata aku tak boleh lah. Kalau dia nak buat antologi maybe second cerita lain then it's okay. Sebab kau bayangkan nanti kau nak tengok let's say dia nak buka world besar-besar kan. Semua style macam tu. Bagi aku kalau benda style animation tu, style stroke semua hitam putih tu, dia buat dekat dalam Star Destroyer, aku rasa tak kena. Dia mesti kena culture Jepun, kampung-kampung, baru kena lah. Cuma style yang kalau dari segi yang unik, of course aku akan bagi kepada arah kiri. And then satu lagi kepada TOB1 lah. TOB1. Tu unik sikit bagi aku.
Yeah.
Tapi
I just want to
Tattoo Rhapsody satu lagi lah. Satu lagi lah. Bagi aku.
Kau suka chibi? Serius?
Comel. Kejut. Boba Fett chibi macam wow. Tak ada juga.
Tak adalah. I mean Jepun ada banyak rock bands and I felt that song didn't move me enough. Kalau kau tengok banyak orang yang buat opening ataupun closing of anime, banyak macam rock gila babi yang boleh make your heart soar. So I felt like bila aku tengok dia orang punya nyanyian tu macam it didn't soar enough to me. Dia punya nyanyian
sebab dia chibi bro, dia version chibi. Tu kalau version orang betul lah akan bagi kau rock macam DFC, Detroit Metal City bro. Darah semua.
You kena tengok ada satu anime punya intro nama dia X. Memang hard rock gila lah. Dia tu Wan dah tahu dia dengar pun dah gelak lah. Dia orang is really macam like Gundam intro kalah, Initial D intro kalah. Dia orang just like cerita dia tak apa-apa.
Cerita tak apa-apa.
Tapi ya, theme song biasa lah tu.
Oh yeah, that was very.
Anri, was there anything you wanted to add just now?
Yeah, I just remembered one mention a good point about Kamikaze Duga punya Ronin. Memang penat tengok that style all the time because you cannot actually convey the world accurately. Watching the Ronin like the duel is like watching a Oriental version of Samurai Jack. It feels like that. Yeah.
Betul, I agree. And I feel kalau diorang ever make season 2 pun, it will still be in an anthology series macam Black Mirror ataupun Love, Death, Robots. So so it's not that we're going to get the Ronin for all 9 episodes. Memang mata kau hancur kan. But to get it in like a continuation, one of the 9, I don't mind. I look forward to that. Kita ada beberapa komen. Ahmad Nasrul bertanya soalan teknikal. Studio bebas kan nak buat animation sendiri, tapi mesti ada guideline kan? Apa yang mesti kena ada macam lightsaber, Jedi kan, minting dalam Star Wars. I mean, I feel like it was full creative freedom. That's why kau dapat payung versi lightsaber. Apa pendapat kawan? Ataupun adakah dalam grup-grup Star Wars dah bincangkan tentang ni? Silakan kawan.
Bagi pendapat aku, I think dia orang bagi guideline yang tak bukan macam Kevin Feige lah. Dia bagi guideline yang macam this is what Star Wars world is about. Dia bagi guideline nak bagi inspirasi and then you just do what you want. And surprisingly aku dapat rasakan semua studio Jepun walaupun dia beri creative freedom yang gila-gila, dia orang still respect the source material lah bagi aku. Dia tahu macam okay kalau ni macam ni. Even yang hyperdrive tu aku nak komen mula-mula kata ini kan dalam Ryan Johnson dia soal kan. Rupa-rupanya tak. Sebab apa dia hyperdrive tu boleh potong juga? Sebab lightsaber dia besar. Lightsaber tu yang tolakkan benda tu sebenarnya. Aku macam wow.
Itu dah level Saiyan tau. Bila dia buat lightsaber dia level besar je tau. Aku macam oh my god, that's such a good.
Dan lepas tu kau hyperdrive kau lajukan lightsaber tu tau. Lightsaber tu yang potong. Aku macam bagus. So kat situ aku nampak walaupun dia beri creative freedom, dia orang still stay true to the source material, even though tak ada kena dengan cerita loop atau apa, tapi dia tahu lightsaber kena macam ni. Even though dalam The Nine Jedi kita tahu yang canon sekarang dalam Star Wars kau kena bleed the lightsaber in order for you to be safe, tapi dia punya dia ayah kepada yang pencipta lightsaber dia cakap dia ada buat adjustment sikit. Dia kata bila pakai benda ni dia akan tunjukkan kau punya alignment kat mana. And then anak dia punya alignment kelabu time tu tak ada. Tak tahu apa anak dia macam fikir boleh length ikut-ikut dia punya, sebab anak dia tak tahu nak jadi baik ke jahat, kita tak tahu kan. Tapi dekat dalam episod tu baru nampak. So bagi aku agak terkejut jugalah bila dia dah set up macam tu. Aku ingat benda tu macam biasa je, tapi bila the save buka tu semua jadi merah, aku dah macam bagi berapa aku kan, kalau semua warna hijau, save tu buka terus jadi merah, maksudnya memang diorang ni memang jahat lah, kantoi lah. Dan lepas tu yang mamat seorang lagi yang besar tu warna ungu. Tu Miss Windu tau. Dia tak tahu nak jadi baik ke nak jadi jahat. Aku tengah-tengah. Kan?
Yep.
Aku macam wow, merah dengan biru campur jadi ungu macam Miss Windu. Lepas tu nampak alignment macam tu. So Miss Windu ni pun tu lah, dia buat vapat pun apa-apa nak ke dark side kan. Sebab tu jadi warna ungu. So aku rasa dia memang kena dengan source material lah. Orang yang buat Line Jeda tu memang pandai betul-betul tahu asal Star Wars. Because benda kecil macam tu pun dia bagi penjelasan. Memang aku respect.
Yeah, I just want to add yang warna Miss Windu tu kan is not from the KOTOR punya series. Yellow or orange is Jedi Sentinel. Warna ungu tu is basically your Jedi Battle Master. So, yeah.
Wasn't the actor himself yang cakap, aku tak peduli, aku nak ungu, aku nak ungu juga.
Betul.
Okay, you get the purple lightsaber.
Okay. So because of that, macam-macam colours of the rainbow now, it become legal.
Yes. Sekarang The High Republic ada warna pink, ada warna memang geli tu aku tengok.
Pink.
Itulah salah satu contoh kenapa aku tak suka High Republic. Sebab macam aku cakap, studio Jepun boleh respect the source material. Bila pakai High Republic kan, aku ada creative freedom. Let's go. Let's go that way.
Let's not do KOTOR. Like fuck KOTOR and then we make our own. Macam fuck you.
So in my opinion, studio Jepun memang pandai lah. Dia dapat creative freedom tapi dia still respect.
Yeah.
So kita dapat nampak dia punya niat sebenar. Orang yang respect Star Wars walaupun dapat creative freedom, kau buatlah apa kau nak. Kau nak buat macam ni ke, terbalik ke, tapi still tengok ni Star Wars juga ni. Cuma culture Jepun lah dia lah kau pakai macam apa ni kan. Ni kau nak cakap apa tadi? Sorry.
Yeah, I just want to say the orange is the Sentinel, ungu is the Battle Master, and the green is the Consular, the guy who always with the diplomats lah. But when you mention Japanese respect the source material, right? I totally agree with you. At times like this, I wish the Japanese would come to US and help us with this interpretation for Amazon and Netflix. I would love to see why the Last Man kan done in anime compared to what we're watching.
I think we're
since last
getting
week.
it this fall, bro. But it's
What?
something else.
Betul.
Wait, what?
There's a new anime series. I think Kudo was talking about it the other day, which is about what if you are the last man. Lepas tu yang lain semua perempuan.
The World Trigger something. Yeah, betul. Yeah.
Yes. I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that. 5 man, 5 billion woman.
Yeah, man. Okay, komen seterusnya. Kudo mengatakan, I just realised also the English dub is CC. Maknanya is a transcription of the English. The English sub is CC. Maksudnya is a transcription of the English script. So that's why ada masalah dalam The Village Bride tu.
Okay.
Kemudian Ahmad Nasuha bertanyakan soalan beginner untuk Wan Muhammad. Dia bertanya, kenapa banyak nama Jepun dalam Star Wars Visions ni? Bukan Star Wars ni US ke? Sorry lah, saya noob pasal Star Wars ni. Hihihi. Wan, aku rasa pasal studio Jepun yang buat.
Sebab studio Jepun yang buat. Sebab itulah dia bagi nama-nama Jepun. Sebab kalau bagi studio Jepun yang buat, kau nak letak nama English, maksudnya dah hilang dia punya kejepunan tu lah bagi pendapat aku. So dia letak nama
Attack on Titan semua nama Germanic kot.
Bro, itu Attack on Titan. Ni tak pasal Star Wars. Tapi kalau kau tengok nama Locke, bukan nama Jepun pun, bukan nama Locke tu macam nama common. Ocho pun actually pun tak nampak Jepun sangat. You kan call everyone Ocho. And then I think yang siapa tu, yang Kerti yang dalam Tattoo Rhapsody dia pun nama dia bukan nama Jepun tak silap aku. Cuma nama macam Dan kan. Yeah. Kalau berdasarkan ni aku rasa Star Wars universe dia besar tau. Even though kalau kau tengok nama Obi-Wan Kenobi, kalau kau tengok betul, Obi tu diambil daripada perkataan Jepun yang ikat. yang ikat untuk kimono tak silap aku, Obi benda tu kan. Dia ambil Obi. Kan jauh-jauh kan dia ambil pun saja for fun dia. Ambil lah nama ni Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then kalau kau tengok nama-nama diorang pun macam not exist in this world. Kalau kau tengok betul. Except for Luke lah. Sebab Luke tu Lucas kata tu diri dia Lucas. Macam okey.
I mean bila kau start masuk Alien, lepas tu kau dengar nama macam Kai Adimundi. Kau macam what the fuck.
Tapi kalau kau tengok orang nama Leia Organa. Mana ada orang nama Leia Organa? Bail Organa. Ada orang nama Bill. I wonder Bill. Apa nama kau Bill tu? Ya, so
high fantasy lah.
Cuma kawan aku dia cakap dalam episod 8 yang aku tak say canon tu, dia letak nama Captain tu Captain Kennedy. Captain Kennedy macam dia tak macam aku terkejut tau. Terkejut. Itulah salah satu nama tipikal US yang ada dalam Star Wars tak silap aku. Lain semua dah tak ada. Lain semua kalau nama pun mesti macam Captain General Tarkin lah, apa nama pelik-pelik tau. Moff Tarkin apa Palpatine lah, apa
nama
kan.
cute lah macam Rustico kan.
Tapi kalau letak Kennedy macam this guy from American. Star Trek lah pula lagi. I pun Langkawi. Okay, cukup. Nanti aku
yang tu Captain apa Jojo Pampito, something like that. Yeah, that was pretty cool, man. Michelle Yeoh punya watak dalam Star Trek.
In general, nama-nama ni even though is cerita across the galaxy, across the universe, dia orang tak boleh nak letakkan nama yang susah disebut oleh pelakon. Kalau especially bayangkan kalau ada nama macam Rakanishu ataupun ada QQXZY G7-1.74.
Yeah.
Kau macam like actor yang nak reference pun macam like aku nak panggil kau macam mana ni kan, takkan nak say the full serial number all the time. And because kebetulan yang buat cerita tu is English/Western based, so nama-nama tends to be a lot of from Western based lah. That's why kita tak jumpa Ali dalam Star Wars. Tak jumpa Ali dalam Star Trek. So it is more of the for the audience lah. So bila sampai yang Vision ni banyak more for kepada Japanese, so dia orang cakap, alah orang putih letak nama orang putih, kita letak nama Jepun lah. Why not kan?
Betul.
Tapi kalau kau tengok pun dalam Jedi tu, nama bapak yang buat lightsaber tu Hai Aslan kan, tu bukan nama Jepun juga. Kan? Kalau kau tengok betul, tapi ada jugalah.
Dia mudah disebut oleh the pelakon-pelakon or the voice actors.
Itu lagi penting. I feel
kalau,
that consideration is the most important.
Kalau kau letak nama dia Schwarzenegger,
Schwarzenegger.
Aku boleh je lah nama dia CHWARZENEGGER. Berapa orang gila yang hafal nama orang macam ni?
Oh, aku rasa aku tahu. Orang Jepun akan cakap Schwarzenegger.
Kena cancel.
Terus kena meletup.
Negatif, salah.
Kita dah berlalu ni. So by the way, kudu menambah yang dia katakan aku bias as a Trigger fanboy. The twins dia memang suka pasal director dia adalah Imaishi Hirayuki, hence the style is very Kill la Kill and Promare. Tapi the reason dia tak suka The Elder walaupun sama studio oleh Trigger juga kerana director asal dia studio lain. He did FLCL dan juga Furikuri.
The twins, one of my main problem kan is I see a lot of Kathleen Kennedy inside that episode now. When they use the hyperspace kan, it reminds me of the 8 movie where they use that ship Halanga, that one of those star destroyers, and how Han Solo masuk that planet punya defenses.
But this is a hyperspace powered lightsaber Hadouken, bro. It's a lightsaber Hadouken, okay?
I can understand why they do this over the top thing. It's typical studio Trigger. Dia memang punya cerita memang buat benda macam ni. Over the top action. Memang they do this. But physically, it is not logical for him to survive doing that in hyperspace. I think if you
Leia Organa Solo has done that, bro. Leia Organa Solo can hold her breath in space. and fly like a Mary Poppins back into vacuum. Okay.
That's not because of the Force. That's not because of act of God. That's because of plot armor created by Kathleen Kennedy, which is why I hate it.
And Ryan Johnson. And Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson.
Stres aku.
I want to like
idea.
the twins. It started off great tau. We see dia punya armor, we see dia punya setting okay. And then dia punya fighting pun okay. And then we get over the top action. Kyber crystal sumbat dekat dia punya dada, all those things.
Lightsaber punya sebat. Oh, that was fucking cool though. Cat on nine tails in lightsaber form. Dang.
Yeah.
Alright, so komen seterusnya adalah daripada Bucu yang bertanya, nak tanya kepada Wan Muhammad, adakah kyber crystal dalam knife Jedi tu sama dengan semua kyber crystal yang Jedi guna selama ini? Dia ikut pengguna lightsaber tu macam warna merah, purple dan biru. Ke ni something special that the studio did? Silakan.
I think this is kind of like something special that the studio did. Okay, kalau berdasarkan canon sekarang, the lightsaber shift memang tak boleh dapat tau, because when you connect to the Force, kau yang akan jumpa secara takdir kau punya own kyber crystal tau. So shift, bila the lost connection with the Force, kau tak boleh nak cari kyber crystal kau sendiri. Kau kena rampas kyber crystal orang. And lepas tu kau kena bleed, kau force the kyber crystal to submit to you. Sebab tu dia jadi warna merah. Kalau ikut yang zaman before this canon, apa yang jadi kat kyber crystal, I think diorang pun kena cari juga. And then Jedi tu sendiri, dah silap aku, berdasarkan kristal yang diorang dapat, itulah warna color tersebut. Yang tu aku tak berapa pasti. Mungkin kena dengan Anri kena cerita sikit kot. Sebab ada jenis concealer, ada jenis apa kan. Cuma, kenapa save warna merah? Sebab apa save warna merah kan? Sebab waktu diorang separate, diorang tak nak merajuk dengan Jedi. Time tu sebelum Darth Vader punya cerita lagi. Yang ada seorang yang buat pahaman pasal nak guna dark side kan. Diorang tak dapat akses kepada kyber crystal tersebut kat planet Ilum tau. Sebab Jedi punya territory. So what they do, they make a synthetic crystal which is red. Dia boleh sebab tu dia jadi red. Tapi lepas dia jadi canon baru ni jadi lain sikit, kena bleed crystal tu. Which is okay lah, adalah law yang biasa sikit. Tapi aku suka sebab synthetic, kalau kau nak buat batu, orang kata kau nak buat batu yang paling senang kau nak buat ialah batu warna merah. So dia buat batu warna merah, jadi warna merah. Tapi rasa kalau aku Jedi pun aku nak pilih warna merah. Aku Jedi lah, saja cool kan.
Yeah, one's correct. The part of finding your own crystal is the rite of passage for Jedi Padawan.
Betul?
Cool. Okay, komen terakhir untuk segmen ini adalah daripada Capital Burst yang mengatakan, apakah pendapat panelis jika Star Wars Visions buat satu filem dan universe tersendiri? Pada aku, I think it's possible because the sequel trilogy is so bad that I'm willing to watch anything else but Rey, Poe and Finn. So yeah, kalau dia nak buat filem Mandalorian pun I will go and watch that shit. Kalau dia nak buat filem tentang Cassian Andor yang bersambung daripada dia punya siri next year, I will watch that shit. Kalau dia nak buat filem tentang Obi-Wan Kenobi pun I will watch that shit. It's just jangan, no more Rey, no more Poe Dameron, no more Finn. I don't want that.
Yeah, aku sebenarnya nak save ni untuk harapan akan datang, harapan ni kan. But since dah tanya ni kan, what my hope is right, they all actually take semua episod yang paling successful ni and make their own individual anime spin-offs, each and every one. So you have the adventures of the Heart Band ni, then you have the Ninth Jedi ni. So each of them becomes their own. Now they get their own full 24 or 13 episode punya anime punya series, because it's simple. Kalau the fans suka benda tu, and if it's not going to be in the core Star Wars punya timeline, why not let the Japanese get what they want? Masa Transformers season 1 until season 7, the initial one kan, season 4 tu ada link lagi lah kaitan dengan Transformers 1 to 3. But 5, 6 jalan. Janji it looks like Transformers, it feels like Transformers, which macam Wan dengan Anri pun mention, they did respect the source material, but dia Jepun kan. So it worked. It worked. So this might be something that can be done juga lah. So you have the Skywalker punya universe, and this one is like, okay, we want an explosive OVA 6 episode kill style. Sebab why? That one is not a good world building punya style. Tapi Kurosawa punya style tu is the adventure of one person. So you can have 13 episode punya journey. Kat ujung-ujung dia jumpa Palpatine. Okay lah.
Anri?
Yeah, regarding on the question, right? As much as I like the Ninth Jedi to have their own series, hopefully, I think the most likely to be made on a series out of this is Lob and Ocho. Just because if Lucasfilm has to select just one series to make a continuing ongoing series, I think it's Lob and Ocho because Lob has merchandising punya potential lah. Can you imagine? But Roshi jual.
One dah pre-order lah 3.
Comel.
You can outsold a Grogu.
Kau biar betul bro. Kau biar betul. Come on, man. Grogu was the number one selling merchandise 2 years ago.
Lob. Wih. Wow, comel lah tu.
Lob
Aku
T-shirt.
rasa one is secretly a furry lah. Kau suka furry
Bro, dia comel bro. Dia comel tu. Comel lepas tu ada responsibility bro. Dia earn the responsibility.
You know what they did to Lola Bunny? They can do it to Lob. Lola Bunny was too sexualized. This one is not sexualized at all.
Betul. Agree.
Yeah. So this is the most merchandise punya wise lah. If Disney wants to make more money.
Never say never, man. That's for sure. Okay, kemudian komen terakhir untuk segmen ini, Jamal Raslan mengatakan, aku rasa Tatooine Rhapsody cool sebab dengan niat nak target a younger audience that may not know Star Wars. They told a story of that generation in the Star Wars universe. Sebenarnya Jamal, kalau kau nak capture young generation, it should have been a K-pop band, bro. It's not a rock band, okay? Rock band ni untuk orang-orang pakcik macam kita je. Kemudian cuma cerita-cerita lagi kena atau best dengan citarasa imajinasi aku. So I cannot rank Tatooine Rhapsody higher. I can even excuse Rhapsody's chibi animation. Okay? It should have been a K-pop band, bro. Kalau kau nak capture the TikTok generation, it should have been K-pop.
No. Kau buat K-pop band, aku rasa sebab di Jepun tau. Jepun dia macam dengan Korea ni ada sikit ketegangan sikit lah sebenarnya. So dia buat band group tu memang trademark Jepun. Dia tak ada. Kalau dia buat idol, kau kena buat 9 Jedi perempuan yang kena buang baru kau boleh buat idol. Kau tak kena jadi. Pening kepala kau. Dia orang ni sama-sama kena buang, lepas tu jumpa dengan seorang manager. Berpelik lah, tak boleh. Tak kena, tak function.
Aku rasa Jabbar bunuh dia orang kot. Bila dia orang buat,
bising
lah. Member kita. Fucking die.
Tapi idol punya idea might work
Tahu.
Because Delta is a very big deal tau dekat Jepun.
Aduh, kenapa?
So dia idol lah.
So dia akan jadi apa? TNE48 Tatooine. TNE48 Tatooine ada. Lepas tu ada CRS48 Coruscant 48. Aku yang KB48 punya fan bro. Apa lagi 48? Oh shit man.
And then they fight dengan apa? And then they fight dengan thief apa Sith apa girl idols.
Kalau kau nak tahu, kalau dalam Macross bila berperang, idol tu akan menyanyi tau. So masa ada rebel dengan ni tengah lawan kan, dia orang buka, dia orang buat idol punya nyanyi la 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 la.
Berdiri atas X-Wing tu nyanyi.
Lepas tu musuh pun tak akan tembak sebab respect.
Jangan minta, jangan minta. Nanti akan ada dalam season 2. Jangan minta.
Aduh. Lepas tu yang ni yang dia punya lampu-lampu dia lightsaber tu betul. Zong. Bodoh lah korang.
Light show je. Saya Jedi tapi saya tak ada job. So saya buat light show je.
Dia punya lightstick jadi lightsaber Now everybody
Jangan minta. TNE 48, CRS 48. Aduh.
As bad as the idea sounds, but everyone wants to see a Twi'lek and a Night Sister idol group.
Aduh. I can't deny that. It's so good, but yet so wrong.
But I want to watch it. This is the worst idea ever. But I want to watch it.
So bad, you want to watch it.
So bad, I want to watch it. By the way, I have accidentally walked into Idol punya showing, okay? Thinking that it was a movie untuk review. And then 30 minutes later, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Why is this a concert? Lepas tu budak Malaysia semua macam aku rasa teramat tua. At that moment, as I walked out of the cinema, aku macam what have I walked into?
Wait, ni masa ada idol Jepun datang ke? Yang ada banyak lightsaber kecil tu.
DGV bagi, you want to review this? You want to review this?
No, nasib baik kau nak review apa tu benda tu.
Aku walk in, aku macam, ni bukan cerita, ni dah lagu ke-9. Kenapa aku keep sitting here listening to the fucking songs? Okay, seterusnya. Please, no Night Sisters Twilight Idols, please.
Jangan minta, nanti ada.
Okay, so dengan itu kita akan membincangkan, kita dah habis membincangkan 3 benda hebat tentang Star Wars Visions, dan sekarang kita akan bincangkan 2 benda yang agak hambar tentang Star Wars Visions.
Jika anda meminati siri TV animasi Marvel's What If, T-shirt khas terbaru kami ini mungkin sesuai untuk anda. Memaparkan Star-Lord T'Challa dan Zombie Hunter Spiderman, kedua-dua T-shirt ini direka oleh AFmech Design khas untuk peminat-peminat tegar MCU dan boleh dibeli melalui pautan Shopee di bawah. Barangan-barangan seperti rekan AFmech Design ini semuanya datang dari komuniti fandom. Tanpa komuniti ini, sesebuah siri, filem atau buku tidak akan berjaya. Jadi sokonglah mereka-mereka ini sambil meluahkan minat anda, kerana setiap pembelian akan membantu ekonomi serta komuniti fandom tempatan. Dan jangan lupa like dan follow AFmech Design serta kami BuzzPopTV di Facebook, Instagram dan YouTube. Majulah fandom untuk negara.
Okey, jadi sekarang topik hambar kita yang pertama adalah tentang Disney Plus release schedule, di mana kita bincangkan pilihan Disney untuk riliskan all 9 episodes sekaligus. Soalan aku kepada para panelis, pada pendapat anda, adakah siri Star Wars Visions ini akan lebih hype untuk lebih lama sekiranya setiap studio dibenarkan membuat episod lebih panjang dalam 25 ke 35 minit dan diterbitkan 1 episod setiap minggu selama 9 minggu seperti siri animasi What If oleh Marvel Studios? Apakah pendapat kawan? Silakan.
Pada pendapat aku ada mixed feeling sikit sebab selepas aku at first aku punya reaction aku geram sebab kenapa kau tak release setiap weekly, kan? Sebab you first of all is good business edition lah in part of Disney, and then second, bila kau release weekly, orang ada masa yang banyak untuk dissect satu episode, lepas tu appreciate that art. People will keep on talking about that particular episode and maybe akan jadi tweet. Dan lepas tu kau dapat free publicity. Dan lepas tu bila aku tengok balik 99 episod tu, aku dapat rasakan kalau dia release setiap minggu, ada orang akan backlash. Dia akan cakap first of all, cerita ni tak continuation. And the second, it's so short, it's 15 minutes. Kalau kau release macam tu, kau rasa macam cheat dia punya feeling tau. Aku rasa Disney.
That's why, imagine kalau dia bagi 35 minit. Datu Rhapsody 35 minit.
Aku rasa sebab dia orang nak tengok, dia orang bagikan pendapat aku lah, dia orang nak tengok macam mana studio Jepun with a limited time atau budget, macam mana dia express Star Wars. I think dia orang semua nak test studio Jepun ni untuk with the limited capability yang kau ada dengan budget yang macam ni, how can you present Star Wars? And surprisingly, every studio bagi aku berjaya buat macam tu. So I think this is just a test punya phase, and then dia orang tak nak macam apa, dia orang just letak sekali dulu tengok macam mana. And then one more thing, aku rasa Disney Plus pun dia nak mitigate bila ada orang komplain. Sebab aku tahu banyak juga kawan-kawan aku komplain dan kata bahawa Disney Plus ni asyik release weekly je. Kau tahu Netflix, benda sama-sama dia bagi sekali je. Even though we like it weekly because kita boleh faham kan, tapi mungkin the masses market nak binge. Pasal Netflix dah buat ni set macam ni. So they want to play safe, they make this one lump sum. Tapi pendapat aku personally is better weekly lah, because you will, first of all, business decision bagus. Second, kau akan deep dive into the episode. Macam kau fikir satu minggu, okay, second what episode that we are anticipating. Macam what if kita duk teka-teka lepas ni Killmonger ke Patito ke siapa kita tak tahu. Tapi aku rasa what if berjaya buat macam tu sebab in the end dia akan sambung at the last. Star Wars Vision, I think, in my opinion, just do it weekly. But I understand why they want to put it as a test first, dia letak lump sum semua. But if they ever ask season 2, please buat weekly lah. So people can appreciate, macam let's say IG production keluarkan macam ni, people will talk about it, and lepas tu dia akan research pasal IG production buat cerita apa. What is the philosophy behind this particular episode. Bila kau keluar 9 sekali, orang berkecamuk tau. Nak tahu, satu episod ni filosofi apa dia pakai. Macam The Elder cakap pasal Elder, sebab even though episod tu macam tak berapa bagus, tapi dia punya message bagus tau. Dia kata The Elder, dia punya interpretation lain. Bayangkan orang yang tua tu kalah dengan orang yang lagi muda. Tu satu. And then second pula, kalau tak kerana orang muda tolong campak lightsaber kepada yang jahat tu, cikgu dia tak akan menang. So kat situ ada satu persepsi lain perkataan The Elder tu tau. Kat situ kau boleh nampak. Tapi bila semua dah masuk 9 sekali, lepas tu ada yang binge, kau tak dapat appreciate what kind of philosophy behind it.
Betul.
Macam kalau The Twin cakap pasal keluarga, episod lain cakap pasal keluarga juga, tapi what kind of perspective. Kalau yang macam ni dia kata, kalau macam yang the furry one, Lord Merocho, cakap it's not about blood kalau nak inherit benda. Even kalau nak katakan, kalau segi falsafahnya, orang yang dapat lightsaber tu pun bukan orang daripada bloodline dia pun. Kalau kata betul-betul, tapi sebabkan dah turun-temurun kan, dia tengok siapa yang layak untuk dapat benda tu. Sama lah macam tengok sequel ada benda yang bagus. Dia kata tak semestinya kau Skywalker kau ada power, tapi lepas tu kau fuck it up. So okay, aku berhenti kat situ lah. Itu sajalah pendapat. Nanti aku cakap
My name is Chris Skywalker.
Kau pepetin lah bangku.
By the way, Wan, aku rasa there is a way to make this vehicle tau. Contohnya, kalau kau betul-betul nak gunakan landasan what if, imagine masa Palpatine terlekat dalam dunia yang dalam Rebels tu, di mana dia boleh tengok past, future and present. Imagine dia ternampak, inilah dunia Lockman Ocho. Lepas tu, inilah dunia macam Watu The Watcher lah bro.
Palpatine tengok kan.
Palpatine tengah tengok. Itu boleh menyambungkan ke semua antologi ni bro.
Itu what if yang aku rasa pening kepala lah. Palpatine tak ada masa dah tengok dunia macam tu bro. Furry fan kan. Jumpa cewek. Cupaka. Habislah.
Aku tak setuju dengan Wan actually.
Silakan.
Okay.
Aku.
Tapi this is only because Disney requested it for it to be a 15-minute episode. Kalau katakan they make it into 35-minute full episode or 1 hour full episode, a weekly format confirm better. I fully agree. But assuming that the 15-minute to 20-minute punya time limit is a maximum, you tak boleh ubah, it's actually better done this way. Because why? Beza dengan What If as an anthology, What If dah ada a specific fan base, there's something to compare to. So itu satu. So you macam like, okay, ini apa ni? Ini X-Men apa? Ini Avengers Zombie. Yang ni apa? Yang ni T'Challa mati. Yang ni mamat ni. So you have something to fall back on. This one is completely new characters, new storylines, and also completely not consistent art punya style if you look at it from a full punya perspektif lah. So bila kau bagi semua, peminat Kill akan terus tengok episod yang Twins tu. Akira Kurosawa akan tengok the first one. So they actually end up having a choice of which one to watch. Macam okay lah, maybe I'll give the rest of it lah, sebab bunyi ni macam best, pedang tu macam cun. So I feel like it's more of introducing a whole new format, or rather they want to introduce this to a whole new generation of people using a format or medium that they are familiar with, which is anime. That's why it comes back to my first kali point tu, it is actually an anime with a Star Wars punya skin. But bila dia buat macam ni, kalau dikatakan out of 9 episodes ni, 4 laku, they will have 4 full series tau that they can do. Because all of them can run based on the Star Wars punya mythos, but because they do not occupy the same timeline, they do not occupy the same yelah, you can just say macam ini antara Order 66 dengan sekian-sekian episode. This one is set a long time ago, even further back than Luke Skywalker punya time. So they are given the freedom of putting it wherever they want. So bila dah tak ada link dengan mainstream Star Wars, they can do all kinds of stories. That is why this particular decision, I believe was done, dia macam dia baling tabur net lah, jaring.
Macam
Bapa yang
Netflix
kena.
lah. Macam Netflix lah.
Yeah. This is a Netflix experiment.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yes. Lepas tu The Duel tu macam Squid Game lah. Kita kena continue perkembangan ni. Lock Ben Ocho sama. Nine Jedi
Macam
tu.
Itulah, kita pun boleh nampak lah some of the episodes, especially the most obvious one is the Kill la Kill punya format, is completely useless in story building tu. In world building, kau nak tunjuk Ewoks, tiba-tiba Ewok melompat colour gila babi, pokok hijau macam macam mana kau nak tengok cerita macam ni? Whereas macam cerita the band punya tu, you cannot tell a lightsaber fight with that kind of art style and pacing. Macam like, ada orang mati tak cerita ni? Is that going to be a fight? Tak benda ni. So if you make it considered as an anime with Star Wars punya skin that follow their own anime pacing, success. The experiment is very successful because now they can see mana yang sesuai diadaptkan further.
Okay, cool. Anri, your thoughts about the fact the anthology was released on the same day? Could it have been done better and longer if it was released weekly?
Okay, I agree with one. This could have been better if they released it on a weekly basis and a half an hour punya, timeline more or less lah. But I don't think this is what Lucasfilm wanted in the first place. This is basically what they want from Star Wars Vision. They wanted to do something like what Cartoon Network did last time. They have a lot of shots as some sort of a sample platter, and they want to see what works. Cartoon Network last time, the Powerpuff Girls, Megas XLR, Ed and Eddie, they weren't half an hour punya show. They were snippets, and then they want to see the feedback from the audience. Which one number they like it a lot. I think it's same like this. They want to see which studio kan boleh buat the best story and what style is most fitting for Lucasfilm to adopt when it comes to anime media content for the Disney Channel. I think that's the purpose. I don't think they want to make everything a hit. I think they just want to make sure which one is the best thing we can invest into if we do want to make a series moving forward. So as much as I don't like them doing it all every 9 episodes at one time, nak binge semua, I understand the reason. It's like this is like a it's not a no-win situation. It's just it is what it is lah. They give us the product and they wanted the feedback. So we may not like it, but we have to see what they go moving forward.
Yeah. Personally, pada pendapat aku, I wish kejayaan Star Wars Visions ni akan memberi inspirasi kepada Kathleen Kennedy dan Pablo Hidalgo to continue experimenting, and not just with Japanese studios. Can you imagine 9 episodes anthology style but with a different director? Contohnya Quentin Tarantino, Guillermo del Toro, David Fincher. Can you imagine how cool that shit could be? Diorang dapat satu episod je, 1 jam, but they can do it their style. Aku so want to see Mace Windu by Quentin Tarantino, 1 hour. I will fucking pay for that shit, guys.
I double dare you. Dang Ferry, I double dare you.
It's
Nick,
like the sky is the limit, man.
Aku nak reflect.
I hope Kathleen Kennedy diberikan ilham. She is given inspiration to leave the company.
Yes, that's what I want to say.
Aku dah tak layak. People in 15 minutes can do much better than I have done with 3 movies. So I'm like, hello, I'll take my golden parachute, aku belah.
No, the best part kan, dia bagi creative freedom dekat orang lain tau. Dia kata, kau buatlah benda ni. Lepas tu cok, bapak aku tak kacau lagi best. 15 minit lah tu. Ya betul.
Dia dapat filem. Gila kau.
Dia dapat ilham, leave the company. Aku setuju dengan dia. Itulah aku nak cakap sebenarnya. Ilham dia kan. Dia beri ilham for leave the company lah. Kau memang tak boleh.
Itu segmen harapan kita untuk masa depan Star Wars. Sekarang
apa, dia akan diulang lagi.
Okay,
Aduh.
kita ada satu komen daripada panelis. Capital Burst bertanya, adakah setiap episod Star Wars Visions ini pada tahun yang sama ataupun tahun yang berlainan? Jawapannya tahun yang berlainan. Ada setengah tu selepas Order 66, maksudnya selepas episod 3. Ada setengah tu selepas episod 9. So each of them, kau kena tangkap dalam dia punya skrip bila dia cakap tentang separatist movement, tu lepas Order 66. Dan bila Nine Jedi tu cakap tentang after sequel trilogy. So
Even
it's
even
different
untuk
timelines.
even untuk orang yang betul-betul fresh to Star Wars kan, it's very simple. Ada 2 episod. Satu kata Jedi dah tak ada, the other episode kata Sith dah tak ada. It
Yeah.
cannot happen both at once. Itu je.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. It cannot happen in the same year. Yeah, betul. Okay guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah segmen ini dan kita akan membincangkan babak hambar kita yang kedua. So, topik hambar kita yang kedua adalah tentang quality. I have a bad feeling about this. Di mana kita bakal membincangkan beberapa episod yang tidak se-awesome some of the more outstanding ones. Soalan aku kepada para panelis, pada pendapat anda, episod manakah yang merupakan top 3 fails pada anda berdasarkan track record studio tersebut in the past? Dan bagaimanakah ia boleh dibaiki untuk season 2 going forward? So kita mulakan dengan Anri, silakan.
Okay, I really hate 2B1 punya episode. I really hate it. I'm not a fan of Osamu Tezuka punya style Astro Boy. Droids in the Star Wars universe, they have this good thing going on. They like HK-47, even yang android from the Rogue One, they have this dia kata neutral punya characteristic when they are self-aware, which makes it very charming tau. But Toby is nak kata macam budak. It doesn't make sense. Dia kata dia nak jadi Jedi because of what? You have a kyber crystal as your source power? That doesn't make sense at all. If they make the episode longer, maybe it could be a better story. But I think this is the worst and weakest story so far. Toby, if you're a droid, you have 2 stages to reach your Jedi punya tu. First, you have to have self-awareness, realization, and then you have to be connected to the Force. This thing kan they tak explore, they just skip through that. So I think that's the weakest episode. The second is of course the Elder. Like I said, it's all generic. It's like your typical story yang budak-budak can tell from the punya recess punya time. There was no in-depth lore creation. You got a Jedi Padawan and a Jedi Master who felt a disturbance in the Force, and then they check it out. Ada orang tua Sith mengamuk is one planet, and that's the story. It gives you nothing. And the third yang
my numbers
yeah, and the last thing yang saya tak suka is mana? Now that I think of it, I want to say Tattoo Rhapsody, but Tattoo Rhapsody is not that bad tau.
Dia nak tengok idol tu. Sebab tu lah.
Yeah, given enough time kan, it could be a full-fledged decent story tau.
It could be yeah.
I want to say Akakiri.
Oh,
It feels rushed. It has a lot of potential to be good, but it feels very rushed. It's basically the story of Anakin Skywalker all over again tau. Yeah. Akakiri is basically a Jedi who wanted to save dia punya loved one, tapi has to go to the dark side to save dia punya beloved one and leave them alone. So I like the way I don't like the art style, but I do like the way they portray the Sith character in the story. She doesn't seem bloodthirsty. She just wanted an apprentice, so she tricked the guy better than what Palpatine did now. Palpatine macam pull all the strings, train Count Dooku as a sacrificial lamb. But this person kan is basically straight to the point. I want you to become my Sith apprentice. I don't want to. Okay, nah, kill your girlfriend. Bunuh. And then now you join or else your girlfriend dies. Okay, fine. It's a good story, but it's very rushed.
It needed more minutes like as a 30-minute or 35 minutes.
Yeah, I think they focus more on the two guides than
Yeah.
to the Jedi, because we see dia macam ada conflict with dia punya those flashbacks,
Yeah.
but it didn't dwell much on it. All he has is like some sort of macam PTSD things that haunt him. We don't know what triggered it. We just know he went to this planet first, ada hati dengan this girl, but because he's a Jedi, has to be a celibate, tak boleh, pursue the girl.
Yeah.
And then for some reason one day dia ada macam these flashbacks. It's all rush. It feels a wasted potential here. So those are my 3 weakest episodes. Overall, every episode is watchable compared to the sequel trilogy. Don't get me wrong, they are good as it is, but these are the 3 weakest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shaz?
Sorry 7, 8, 9 punya trilogy punya movies tu always kena bash lah. But anybody who watch 1 to 6 dulu kan, aduh.
Dia macam Why the Last Man lah. Macam tu lah.
Itulah kan, once you watch something better and then you see something bad, macam like kau tak boleh enjoy tu. Okay. In no particular order, also aku nak preface, aku tak boleh nak compare a lot of the art or the animation with the studio sebab aku tak mahir sangat who did what. The only one that I could really tell was Kill la Kill because it's the most jauh lah dari segi it was the most obvious in terms of art style. Again, aku in no particular order, episode 9 aku setuju dengan Anri. It was done in such a way that it was, you can tell it's like a 15-minute teaser of a 2-hour film.
Yeah.
So because of that episode became horrible because it does not follow. Kalau kita tengok when we see teasers, trailers, they always show like, wow, key moment ni. Jom lah, kita panjat gunung, yay, Ratu Gaduh. Aku takut macam like, it was designed to feel like a trailer. They like the journey of a man who fell and then he found redemption later on. But you're showing the parts yang boring tau. It's like, wait, what? I agree dengan Ari though that the Sith punya character was very good, and the fact that they complicit tau. I need your power from the dark side as well to bring her back. So kau macam like baru whether there was a lie or not will probably be revealed dalam minit ke 90 in this theorized punya film. But when he joined and to give back life to dia punya tu kan, that was the critical moment lah. So aku rasa aku agree dengan Anri. It is too short a portion to stand alone. But if this was 15 minutes in a full 2-hour film, we'll be like, oh, the hero jadi jahat no. Literally because you have never seen that happen before.
Anakin.
Anakin tak jadi jahat, dia minum susu je bro. Dia jadi budak kecil. So aku tak tahu lah that one. Dia meracun, aku tak nak, aku pergi minum susu. So the rest
Tu Luke.
Salah.
Ya Allah, aku dah confused lah. Kau cakap apa ni Luke?
Aku cakap Anakin. Kan Anakin ni, I hate sand. Lepas tu dia guling-guling macam Hindustan dalam episod 2 tu.
Bukan ni ya.
Dia pegang belakang macam princess tu macam
Oh. Aku ingat kau cakap odd atau even ni. Aku dah tanya clarification ni, odd ke even.
even sial.
Sorry, aku betul-betul salah dengar.
Okay.
But okay, the other episode 2 to me was quite weak juga because
Cartoon Rhapsody.
Kan dia tak rasa macam Star Wars film.
Yeah. It's a band film. Effectively it was almost famous in Star Wars. That's it.
It's a band/idol punya ni which can sell as an anime punya film or show. You know, the journey of a kid who through a disaster on his home planet, you know, the Jedi Academy kena killed off by Anakin, you know, masa ni dia seorang je survive and so on. So to avoid the orang jahat, you know, dia jadi band member and whatnot. But it doesn't feel very Star Wars because there's no hero's journey. It was just a dude.
You still had the family aspect lah. The family aspect is like, oh, this heart took me in. and gave me another life. So because of that,
Yes.
I will save
So-
him. So it still had that familiar thing.
Dia macam ni tau. Star Wars to me has always been like a grand adventure. You know, it's like good versus evil, a bit of politics here and there. This one dia macam sitcom that we see macam Friends, Two Men and a Baby or whatever you know, all that type of show tau. It's a series. I'm not saying it's bad, but it doesn't feel very Star Wars like lah. And then yang lagi satu tu is despite me liking the episode is also to me that ada one particular critic was the part yang the lightsaber boleh berubah colour. That was the part that I was like, oh wow.
Nine Jedi.
The Nine Jedi. I actually like the episode, the whole pacing, everything up to that one point. Like,
Itu plot device namanya, bro.
yeah, I mean, it was like this was totally lari dari script or one of the most iconic pieces. Everyone else they follow the script tau. Macam like kau nak buat apa-apa dengan lightsaber tak apa, janji ini dia punya metal core.
Kau nak buat jadi payung pun boleh. Kau nak buat jadi payung
itu
pun boleh.
kau tak kisah, itu ikut kau lah. Kau nak buat benda tu curve macam katana tak boleh. Kau nak buat tanpa pendek boleh. Tapi this one changing colour tu macam like it's unprecedented. But again, because mungkin creative freedom, there was allowed lah.
Yeah.
Then kalau aku nak letak a fourth one, this one only because Anri reminded me is that yang cerita orang tua tu.
The Elder.
Because I watched that episode quite fast, like wow, fighting lah. But when Anri explained it from a story perspective, you lah macam bodoh lah. Macam like, we're here,
B to C to
we
D.
fight,
Yeah.
done. I'm like, huh? Yes. So aku lah ada 4.
Cool. Wan, apakah bottom 3 kau? Pilihan bottom 3 kau daripada 9 episod ni.
Well, actually bagi aku semua okay. Sebabkan dia orang ada dia punya creative control sendiri. Tapi agak irony sebab salah satu episod yang aku suka, ada salah satu episod yang aku rasa tak berapa penuh juga. Which is aku setuju dengan Anri dengan Shazli, iaitu episod Akagiri. Even though it's telling something about Star Wars yang daripada baik dia jahat, tapi it feels too rush. First of all, you just know about the Jedi daripada dia punya flashback yang macam benda kita tak tahu kan. So aku pun agak confused juga daripada apa kat situ. So I think macam cakap kalau panjang lagi sikit cerita tu and then ada key moment yang di highlight kan, dan aku rasa okay lah. Sebab dia macam bawa kita for a ride tau. Kenapa macam ni? Kena pergi palace. Halangan dia macam tak teruk sangat. Macam kau ikut je dia masuk bawah ni, pergi sini, tak ada konflik yang betul-betul kau rasa yang kena lawan, dan lepas tu dia orang fail dia orang punya plan tau. Semua according to plan. Even yang si Kanamichi yang mamat yang tertinggal tu hilang macam mana, jeda tu patah balik, dapat tangkap saya dah balik. Semua peluk-peluk balik macam Tapi aku suka sebab the last part tu lah yang tak rasa kita jadi dark side rupa-rupa patut-patut nak ni. Tapi kalau aku nak cakapkan mana yang aku rasa macam bukan fail tapi perlu improvement lah. Bagi aku Village Bride, The Twin dengan Toby. Because bagi aku di Village Bride tu macam typical. Kau datang, Jedi satu kat situ, lepas tu ada orang datang, Raider nak masuk, ada separatist masuk, lepas tu Jedi akan menang. Yeay. So best. Lepas tu dia cerita pasal ada force connection apa semua. Cuma aku rasa benda tu macam terlampau typical lah. Kalau dia buat lagi dalam lagi lah. Apa connection yang si perempuan tu dengan Majaina punya society ke apa ke. And then satu lagi The Twins, sebab bagi pendapat aku it's good yang kau buat lawa-lawa over the top punya action, tapi nampak macam you are born from dark side kan, dark side punya ni. Lepas tu kau kata purpose kau untuk buat macam ni, kau sebenarnya tembak apa? Aku tak tahu apa target korang. Kau kata kau nak tembak tapi kau tak tahu apa target korang. Dan lepas tu nampak macam buat apa motivation dia nak selamatkan sister dia daripada ambil power core tu. Dia tak cerita secara terang. And then it's kind of like it's good action but dari segi storyline macam kabur. And Toby pula is because of you tak nampak pun key moment yang Toby ni jatuh. Muka dia asyik senyum je. Kau tak rasa macam connection macam kesian kat dia tau. Tak ada dia nampak macam ayat profesor tu kat luar macam ni ke. And then bagi pendapat aku kan, the act of you put Toby inside batu tu, dia actually macam mengurung dia boleh kena claustrophobia bro. Aku takut sebenarnya. Kau letaklah batu, kau kunci, lepas tu kau letak ni. Kau tak rasa robot tu jadi gila kalau manusia betul dalam tu? So bagi pendapat aku is weak lah. Even though I like the diversity, tapi storyline dia kena improve. Macam Toby tu like apa motivation dia. Dia ni siapa, adakah dia ni sebenarnya Jedi yang dulu manusia lepas tu dirobotkan atau apa. And then cara dia menang dengan Sith jahat tu, aku ingat dia punya mimpi tau. Kata betul-betul kau menang? Macam senang. I mean it's kind of like kau dah terkurung, kau tak kena train apa-apa dari segi Jedi, lepas tu kau dapat kalahkan Sith yang awesome macam Darth Vader. Pada pendapat aku lah. So it's kind of like weak in term of that. It's good for diversity and so on. We like Osamu Tezuka punya style ke apa. Tapi in term of the story, kena improve lagi lah. Yep, itu saja pendapat aku.
Alright guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah 2 elemen hamba tentang antologi Star Wars Visions ini. Dan sekarang kita akan memberi rating bagi Star Wars Visions Season 1. Personally, aku agree this is an experiment oleh Kathleen Kennedy. Dan eksperimen ni berjaya. So I look forward to season 2 actually. And I look forward to even versi lain, which is macam aku share tadi, live action tu. So aku akan bagi rating dia 7/10 bintang. Good effort. Looking forward to season 2. Hope it can be more mind-blowing. Silakan Anri, your rating untuk Star Wars Visions.
I want to give this an 8, but they have a lot of misses. So I will give it a standard 7.5 out of 10.
Okay. Shaz, silakan.
Aku kena bagi 3 separate ratings
Wow.
Wow.
Tak ada sebab je aku beritahu lah. As an experiment, I think it's a 5 out of 5. Dia successful. Okay, because you give snippets in short bursts. They shoot out all at once. Fans or future fans can take a look at whatever they want. So dari segi eksperimen tu, the concept, the process was handled well. If you are an anime fan and would like to look at how your favorite animes, your anime studios bring to life Star Wars ni, then I would rate it as about 4 out of 5 because a lot of it is well done anime except for of course the points yang kita mention lah, but the points yang kita mention tu could be because of the format. Kalau katakan each of this was given a full 13 or 26 episode punya storytelling, I'm pretty sure a lot of them will be successful. Sebab most of them you can see the general idea what they want to give out, and it's like macam it's a good way to let people who enjoy anime look at what it could be for Star Wars ni lah. Cuma kalau you are a Star Wars fan, I would actually rate it around 3.5 out of 5 macam tu. Because
pasal dia tak terlalu Star Wars kan?
It's, some of it doesn't really feel very Star Wars. Lepas tu bila kau kena pula dengan art style berbeza-beza, kau macam like dah lah if you are not, I'm looking strictly for people yang tak appreciate, that means yang betul-betul pure Star Wars punya fans saja, and yang my early rating tu for pure anime fans saja. If you're a pure Star Wars punya fan coming to see what is how Japanese punya given freedom to do this kan, dia akan ada banyak confusion tau. Macam like macam aku tanya tadi lah, sejak bila pula lightsaber boleh tukar colour in the middle of a fight by the same guy? Lepas tu kau tanya pula people yang tak suka episode 8 kan, kepala otak dia macam mana lightsaber boleh potong benda tu kan in hyperspace, siap berdiri kat space lagi. So if you are a purist Star Wars fan, tontonlah episod-episod yang kita highlight tadi. You don't have to watch everything. But if you want to see Boba Fett as a chibi, you know, it's like chibi guys, then sila tengok episod 2 because it does it well. Cuma aku tak rasa it represents Star Wars in that sense lah.
I feel it was the wrong J-Rock band lah. If they found somebody more catchy kan, the theme song ke, the things that the band was singing, I would be so
aku tak ada macam ni betul like
aku
dia punya action macam
apa lagu ni tak cukup rock lah. It's like
Tapi orang Tatooine suka, orang Tatooine suka.
Okay Wan, apakah rating kau? Silakan.
Oh, rating aku agak belah bagi juga sebab aku nak bagi dia 9. Tapi aku rasa 9 tu sebab ke certain episod. Tapi episod lain nampak macam tak seimbang. Dan aku
Betul.
setuju dia dikatakan bahawasanya it doesn't feel Star Wars unless sebab dia orang dah bagi tahu dah set mind kau awal-awal, ini tak canon tak apa, dia dah setkan mind kau. So aku boleh terima. So I gonna give this a chance for 8/10. Just that they need to improve on certain storyline better lah. I think if they give more time, then it will be better. Macam episod akal kiri, panjangkan sikit lebih lagi ke atau apa. But I think bila dia buat macam ni, this is the where dia orang boleh tengok capable studio tau. Kalau dia bagi satu peluang with a limited capability, adakah dia dapat pull off that kind of thing. So mana-mana episod yang kita kata best, I think they know what to do in the 15 minutes. Macam akal kiri, dia nak cerita banyak-banyak. Tiba-tiba 15 minit je. Tapi aku nak cerita gak benda banyak-banyak ni. So jadi macam akal gini. And then macam Toby pula, I think they really want the creative freedom and want to show the Osamu Tezuka punya vibe. Sampai diorang lupa kadang-kadang nampak, no, in Star Wars kau kena ada benda-benda macam ni sikit. So I think that's where diorang macam off sikit lah, lari sikit. Yang macam Village Bride is typical, tak ada apa-apa benda yang baru. And then the twin pula is over the top. The twin is over the top. It's good to watch for action punya ni. Tapi dari segi story, I think they miss that. They more focus on over the top action. Macam story kenapa dia bond dark side, kenapa motivation arm, dia lemah sikit kat situ. So I still give it 8/10. So yang benda-benda yang main-main ni bagi aku bagi plus sebab dia bebas nak buat apa saja. And they have already told us before. Unless dia kata macam ni, ini ada sambungan pada episod 6. Lepas tu kau buat benda-benda macam ni. Memang kena lah. Kita memang kena kosong lah. So dia dah set mind kita. Okay, different. Creative studio. Okay, aku boleh terima. Allah, episod Toby tu. Aduh. Kau kurung dia dalam tu macam apa. Okay, itu saja.
Okay guys, so dengan itu kita akan ke segmen terakhir kita malam ini, iaitu harapan kami bagi Star Wars Visions Season 2. So personally harapan aku adalah they will go beyond just Jedi versus Sith. Pasal kalau kau main RPG of Star Wars, you can be an Imperial, you can be a rebel, you can be a scoundrel, or you can be a scum of villainy. So ada banyak lagi benda beyond just Jedi versus Sith. So harapan aku fervently for Star Wars Vision Season 2 is go beyond. You know, aku nak tengok versi Cowboy Bebop of a scoundrel. You know, like, come on, give me a Cowboy Bebop episode, babi. You know, or like aku nak tengok like what is My Hero Academia tapi untuk Jedi School. You know, so it's like anything is possible, man. Anything is possible if you go beyond the Jedi versus Sith tropes, which kita dah tengok for the past 40 years, man. So soalan aku kepada para panelis, apakah harapan anda untuk musim kedua Star Wars Visions nanti? Sekiranya Lucasfilm teruja untuk create more non-Skywalker saga stories in the near future. Kita mulakan dengan Anri. Silakan Anri.
If there's a season 2, I hope we get more furry girls as the main characters.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Ya. Ini reference kepada Mak Bakugo ke? Mak Bakugo.
Oh.
I want a story. I don't know if you remember this, but in the 80s or 90s, right, there was this animated cartoon from Star Wars, droids. And I wanted a proper droid episode, not like this 2B1 droid jadi Jedi.
Yeah.
I want a droid who macam assassin droid from KOTOR 1, HK-47. He becomes self-awareness and then he becomes dia punya own person and then goes on an adventure. So I wanted more droid episodes. I want more furry episodes. I would love more Sith episodes. I want to see the relationship between a Sith apprentice and a Sith master. Want to see dia punya plot building for these two. Dia ni the apprentice nak bunuh the master, but the master wants to train this guy and then through a lot of fuck missions.
I think
at
the whole episode is about the apprentice trying to kill the master multiple times. I would watch that shit, man.
It could be comedy macam Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Or like what is it, Roadrunner and like beep beep.
Beep beep. Master, please come here to the chamber. Lepas tu ada pasang bom. You know,
Lepas tu Master tepis macam tu je. You ran.
yeah. Yeah, there should be more comedy in the Star Wars universe. I hope we get more of that. I hope we have more Sith episodes. I hope we have more droid episodes. I hope we have more furry episode. And of course, I wanted more Wing Commander type episodes where a lot of space battles.
Rogue Squadron.
That was a missed opportunity. Yeah, Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. Itulah, Imperials versus Rebels would be cool lah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen this, but before Star Wars Vision on YouTube, there was one guy, right? He made it was a music video. There was episode.
Yes.
TIE Fighter.
And it's about the Imperials versus the Rebellion. That's it.
Yeah, the
There
Imperials.
was no Jedi. I don't care about the Jedi. It's that cool. Yeah, that was a nice shot, man.
I love it because the main characters are the Imperials,
Yes.
the bad guys. This is what we wanted to see. So I hope we get that.
Cool, man. Shaz, silakan. Harapan kau untuk Star Wars Vision Season 2.
Well, firstly, of course, kita nak tengok all of the other studios are invited as well to see what they can do. Macam kita mention tadi kan. If you have even yang example yang Anri mention tu, that was a very good fan animation lah. You tengok the pilots, you know, dog fighting from the pilot punya perspective and all that. That is very interesting. It comes close to my initial mention yang tadi yang the Gundam Sunrise punya storyline, because they're good at human versus human faction fighting. So imagine Imperial versus Rebel punya fighting, and dia orang cakap je, kau dengar tak? Dekat Tatooine tu, dia orang kata ada orang jumpa ada orang mamak ada lightsaber. Kalau tak kau lightsaber, kau jangan bawa masa aku lah.
Itu agama kuno.
Kuno. Apa? The Empire is coming down on us kan. Kau jangan curi tulang lah. We need to prepare our defenses right now, you know, that kind of thing.
Betul.
Itu satu.
Cool.
Two would be of course the best episodes yang kita dapat dalam Visions ni. They are expanded into full storyline. Macam arah kiri tu kan, 15 minit too short bro. It's like, ini adalah somewhere in the middle. Macam like, huh? What? I'm pretty sure, you know, it'll be nice to see if those, as he becomes falling further down into the Sith kan, one of the actions he actually killed one of those two guys. Can you imagine that? You know, like, without a care, like, kau apa? Tadi kita betul besar. Member tu just like, oh. So, you know, that would be a very good storyline. But my personal one lah, I'm hoping lah that they give one of the best animators and someone who can do justice. If they can adopt the storyline of one from those KOTOR series. Tapi dia slightly kan, at the different point, tu tiba-tiba kan, the last episode dah tunjuk like all here Lord Raven apa kan, you like oh shit, that would be so great because
that would be a problem because Raven has not been canonized. It's canon. It's canon now. Yeah.
Oh wait, he has been canonized? He's in canon?
It's canon now, I think.
From what? Which show? Was it Rebels?
They refer to Raven as someone who existed, so he is relevant to the lore right now.
Fucking hell!
I don't know if it's Rebels or I think so. Rebels.
Between Clone Wars or Rebels one of those two.
Yeah.
Filoni bringing back good shit into the main timeline. That's what Filoni does.
They can make a KOTOR, but Raven is canon, so you have to be careful lah.
Yeah.
Just make KOTOR canon tu je. Oh, harapan. Harapan macam tu. Macam tu. Harapan aku adalah ada certain episode yang tergantung macam Lord and Ocho. And then one more is let me check Lord and Ocho dengan Akagiri. And then the Nine Jedi. I would love to see a sequel for that. I mean, and also for the duel lah. But duel tu macam dia travel satu-satu kan. So I would love to see, let's say season 2, the duel punya story continues. Tapi satu episode je lah. Kalau aku buat banyak-banyak nanti pun pening kepala aku nak tengok pula.
Wolf and Cub, yeah man.
Teater Rhapsody, maybe yes, maybe no. Ada pun boleh, aku nak tengok lah angle lain pula lah. mungkin jangan idol lah. Aku nak guilty pleasure tapi aku rasa lain macam. So jangan buat idol. And then I think tu je lah kot. Aku rasa yang patut ada the sequel of certain something. And then like, dia ada episod buat cerita baru. Yang The Elder, I don't think it's good for a sequel ataupun ni sebab dia nak bagi kau lesson sikit. And then kau tak ada macam story continuation untuk kenapa dia nak ajar Mamat ni lagi kan. Macam tak ada purpose lah. But kalau dia orang nak ambil angle tu juga nak continue cerita The Elder, siapa? Kenapa dia kentukkan kapal tu? Kalau tak nak trace, siapa yang trace dia? Kenapa dia tak kat situ kan?
Betul.
Dan boleh jugalah. Mungkin nak redeem Elder ni punya stars kan. Second sequel buat lain sikit sebenarnya macam ni. And of course Lob and Ocho lah. Come on, Lob best furry. Ocho kena redeem kan. Itu je.
Habis dah.
Habis.
Silakan.
Okay. Kalau if you look at it from a macro punya perspektif aku rasa dia orang punya project brief is very simple. Kau pakai bunyi-bunyi Star Wars ni, kau jangan main buat pandai-pandai lightsaber sendiri. Lightsaber konsep macam ni, dia are impermutable punya points. But aku rasa one of the things that they were given freedom is that I want you to prepare something which is actually leading to something in the future so that kalau perlu kita boleh expand, which will explain why some of them are obvious cliffhangers, why Arakiri was macam 15 minutes of a 2-hour film, nampak tak? So that bila that brief was quite open-ended, so they all interpret lah cara-cara masing-masing, which comes down to the weakness yang kita nampak sini. I think the open-ended briefing tu was the part that changed the quality production values lah. The animation aku rasa everything, the production values were good. The storytelling tu yang macam macam mana So I think that it was because of that lah. Prepare something 15 minutes with these points yang tak boleh berubah, but it's something that you can expand kalau perlu.
Dia macam show and tell tu. Macam esok cikgu suruh awak buat presentation 15 minit je.
Cikgu cerita saya budak-budak ni pakai baju pink. Lepas tu dia muka face mask ada segi 4, ada segi 3, ada bulat.
Precision lah pula.
Kalau kau tengok itu je, kau cakap, apa benda cerita ni? What is this?
Tapi dia tentang income inequality dalam the empire. Ini semua salah
Dah lah
empire.
cerita pasal sotong. Sotong ni yang mana?
Aku tak tengok cerita tu pun tahu mana soto tu tak ada tu.
Ada bro. It's the fucking
Soto.
game. It's the last game they play and it's the first minute of the show. Kalau orang tak tangkap lagi aku tak faham lah. Aku macam kenapa dia orang beli Squid Game? Aku macam sebab tu pasal nama dia bukan congkak atau teng-teng atau rounders. Sebab tu okay.
Sebab tu Seremban. Batu
Seremban is the number 1 show in 90 countries on Netflix. Back to Seremban.
Kau tak tangkap, putus tangan kau. Tak tangkap.
Okay guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah perbincangan kita tentang Star Wars Vision malam ini. Terima kasih kerana setia menonton. Terima kasih juga kepada para panelis kita, Anri Alwi, Kaki Manga, Shazli Merican, Kaki Anime, dan Wan Muhammad, Kaki Star Wars. Jumpa lagi dalam episod-episod yang lain. Esok kita akan cover Stargirl season 9 yang bakal menonjolkan kepulangan J. Garrick Flash dari Earth 2. Hopefully ada Green Lantern juga. Dan hari Jumaat nanti kita akan cover What If finale. Dan minggu depan kita akan buat banyak benda baru. Kita BuzzPOP bincang akan kembali. Kita tengoklah either malam ataupun siang depending on availability of panelis kita. Kita juga akan kita dah cover banyak siri baru. Setiap hari Selasa sekarang kita dah cover Foundation, siri sci-fi Isaac Asimov. Dan minggu depan setiap hari Rabu kita akan mula cover Demon Slayer season 2 and then followed up by Stargirl, and then since What If dah tak ada, kita akan review Shang-Chi minggu depan, Jumaat depan. So
Shang-Chi depan
yeah. So itu saja untuk malam ini. Thank you guys kerana menonton. Majulah fandom untuk negara. Bye guys.
Bye.